So Bellingham has already punched their ticket to the playoffs no matter what happens the rest of the season.
It's time for Wenatchee AppleSox baseball on the NCWLIFE Channel. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by our Platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling, and our Gold supporter, the Town Auto Group. Tonight's broadcast also brought to you by Apple Valley Honda, Club Crow Bar and Grill, the Chelan Douglas Community Action Council, and AmeriCorps, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Prestige Senior Living at Colonial Vista in Wenatchee and East Wenatchee, Together for Youth, the Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center, and the Wenatchee Valley Technical Skills Center. And now let's go live to Paul Thomas Senior Stadium on the campus of Wenatchee Valley College.
It's kind of playing towards the bag at second, so there's a big gap over there. This pitch swung on and good. How about finding a gap in center field for an RBI single? Beautifully struck. The season began on May 31st here at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. The Wenatchee AppleSox notched a victory. The season culminates here tonight on August 14th, and the Sox hope for one more win at home to push them into the West Coast League Championship. Good evening and welcome to Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. Along with Brandon Schmitten, I'm Eric Granstrom here on the NCWLIFE Channel as we bring you live coverage of the West Coast League North Division Championships. It's the AppleSox, 37-20 overall on the season against the Bellingham Bells, 34-23. And Brandon Schmitten, I'll tell you what, you got a great matchup here. They split the season series 3 apiece. These teams are evenly matched.
Yes, they definitely are, and it's going to be a great night tonight to see who can break that tie and move on to the championship game for the PIL.
AppleSox are in their baby blues tonight, and they usually have pretty good games at home with the baby blues on.
Especially when you and I are announcing, right?
That's right. AppleSox will send the veteran to the mound. He's in his third year with the AppleSox, Evan Canfield. He's third all-time in strikeouts, the 6'6", 210-pound junior at LC State. Record of 1-1 with a 2.78 ERA. He'll go up against Sax Matson. He's a 6'2", 213-pound sophomore at USC. He's 2-5 with a 6.95 ERA, but that might be a little bit deceiving.
It could be, yes.
We've got our national anthem coming up here, so we will take that. And Christy Matson sounds like she's back again to do the anthem, and I think we don't have to do a Canadian anthem here tonight. I know Bellingham's awfully close to the border, but not in.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets right there, the lamps bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does the star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Christy Robinson.
Oh, Christy Robinson. I think I said Matson. Apologies for that. As we don our hats here, getting ready for game time. And we actually have a 4-man crew for our umpires here tonight, and I don't recall this ever happening here at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. I've seen 3, but I have not seen 4.
Yeah, it will be really nice having one guy on each line and then guy out at second base. So
Blaze LeVay is our home plate umpire. Nick Moore at first base, Zach Burr at second, and Isaac McAllister at third. And I'm sure for these umpires, too, it's mechanics. They call it how many man mechanics. Well, four-man mechanics, I'm sure they're probably not too used to doing.
They aren't. And, you know, that's where, you know, we always talk about the players having to have good communication. This is where they're going to have to be dialed in with communication.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So there you go. Four-man crew getting ready for this one here tonight. Let's take a look at the Bellingham Bells lineup. And it's a good one. Center fielder Trent Maloney will lead it off. He is batting .263 on the season. Batting second, Jason Shedlock, the left fielder. Batting third baseman Nate Kirkpatrick. Batting fourth is Jacob Mejia, the first baseman. Batting fifth will be Gabe Henderson. He is the shortstop. Batting sixth, number 6, Anthony Kadama. He's the second baseman. The DH tonight is Connor Smith, batting 7th for the Bells. Colton Bauer is the catcher. He'll bat 8th, and then batting 9th, Bryce Johnson, the right fielder. Meanwhile, for the Wenatchee AppleSox, as announced by their head coach Mitch Darlington tonight, Max Hartman will lead it off in center field. Batting second, Cooper Witten in right field. James Castagnola at third base will bat third. Batting cleanup, Evan Cloyd at first base. Jonathan Fitz behind the dish again, catching tonight. He'll bat 5th. Jake Larson out at second base, and he's played a pretty good darn second baseman.
He's done a great
for the very
job
little
since
time we've seen of him so far. But he'll be batting 6th at second. Hunter Friedberg, the DH tonight, batting 7th. Cam Hoyland, the left fielder, batting 8th, and batting 9th is Kanoa Murasaki at shortstop. And as we've kind of chronicled the last 2 wins for the AppleSox against Victoria to put them here into the championship, it was the middle and bottom part of the order that did the damage, not so much the top. I'd like to see the top produce here tonight.
That would be nice to get them going again. Cam Hoyland's had a couple great games, and hopefully he'll stay hot and get some of those guys up at the top hot too.
Absolutely. So we're about ready for baseball. A little breeze blowing from right to left of the ballpark. There's not much wind in the forecast, so whatever breeze there is kind of thankful, because we reached up into the upper 80s, low 90s here today in the Wenatchee Valley. As we're ready for our first pitch of the ball game, Evan Canfield, ball in hand, has the sign from Jonathan Fitz, and the first delivery is in the dirt outside for ball 1. So we are underway for the West Coast League North Division Championship here on the NCWLIFE Channel. The other championship taking place in the South tonight is happening in Corvallis at Goss Stadium. It is Corvallis hosting Portland. The winners will advance to Friday and the West Coast League Championship. This pitch taken as he squared to bunt inside for ball 2, 2-0 the count.
Any way on in a game like today, right?
Definitely so. Canfield on the season with 39 strikeouts, 14 walks, so a better than 2-to-1 ratio. Love to see that from your pitcher. The 2-0 pitch on the way is right down the middle for a strike, and the count goes to 2-1 to Trent Maloney, a 5'11", 180-pound senior from Fresno Pacific, which is another new tilt on a California university that I had not heard. Batting .263 on the season. Leadoff man has been a key cog to get Bellingham past Edmonton into this championship game. Pitch here swung on and hit foul on the right side. So the count even now to Maloney at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
That was that inside pitch that got in on him pretty quickly there.
Yeah, it did. So Canfield always working from the stretch. Looks in, has a sign, working from the first base side of the rubber out there. And the right-hander's delivery. Chopped off the plate. This will probably go foul if they let it go foul. And it took one hop, and Canfield fielding his position nicely. We'll field that one and just make it a strike, or stays 2-2 on the ledger.
I look at the right-hand side of the defense here, and every one of them's got their sunglasses either on or on top of their head, whatever the reason they put them on top of their head. But their hands are all up, trying to shade themselves over there.
I love that when you watch Major League Baseball on TV and you got a guy who's got his hat on, but the bill is backwards, and he's shading his eyes with his hands. It's like, you know that thing that's on the back of your head? Just turn that around. Jason Shedlock waiting on deck here. 2-2 battle for the first batter of the ball game. This could set the tone for the night. Pitch on the way.
Good pitch.
Just missing outside for ball 3. Of course, the partisan crowd here saying, "Boo, Mr. Umpire."
Now, we had Blaze behind the dish the other night,
two nights ago, yeah.
He doesn't like that outside pitch.
No.
Or that pitch on the right-hand
he was
side
very,
of the plate.
very consistent on that outside pitch to a right-handed batter. The 3-2 pitch swung on and grounded back past the mound. Could be trouble. That's going to leak into center field for a base hit.
Great piece of hitting right there.
Yeah, that was quite the battle between Maloney and Canfield, and Maloney gets the better of it. Canfield, of course, after his delivery, kind of goes on the first base side of the rubber, and that ball hit just past him on the third base side of the rubber, so he had no chance other than maybe sticking his foot out.
Yeah. Even then, I don't think he had a chance.
No, definitely.
I thought that was going to hit second base on that one.
Shedlock now steps in. Jason's the left fielder for the Bells. He'll square to bunt. His runs, you imagine, will be at a premium here tonight. The runner takes a big lead. The pitch is a fastball inside and high. Jonathan Fitz pounces on that one and then stares down at first base. 1-0 the count to Shedlock.
Yeah, Maloney over at first base was acting as if he was going to be running on that too, so got to be aware of that.
Defense is ready. Pitch on the way. Bunted up the first base side. Canfield off the mound will underhand it over to his first baseman, Evan Cloyd, for the out. So the sac bunt accomplished here. 1-3 on the putout. Down to second goes Maloney. 1 out in the inning brings up the third baseman, Nate Kirkpatrick.
Well, going back to that bunt there, you saw how Canfield fielded that, underhanded it over to first baseman there. Well, sun was right in his eyes, so you never know when that's going to become an issue as well.
Absolutely. It's a home field advantage only if you pay attention to that advantage.
Yes.
Curveball here taken for a strike, so a good job by Canfield to get ahead of a batter for a change. Nate Kirkpatrick, 6'1", 215-pound sophomore from Virginia Commonwealth, batting .315, so one of the best batters in the lineups for the Bells. In the right-handed batter's box with a runner in scoring position here in the top of the first with 1 down. Pitch on the way, swung on and fouled back, so the count quickly 0-2 on Kirkpatrick.
Went right at him there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Kirkpatrick, well, if there was one negative to his stanza, 46 strikeouts on the summer for the sophomore from Surrey, BC.
And how many at-bats did he have?
This pitch swung on a chopped foul on the third base side. Coach in the third base coach's box. Well, he's not quite in the box officially.
Right.
And so that ball just hit him in the foot, and he didn't even bother to move. 0-2 count to Kirkpatrick. Canfield's got to keep an eye on Maloney over his right shoulder at second base. And the pitch on the way. Outside for ball 1.
Good miss. See if you'd chase something there.
I always get nervous when I see a pitcher after he throws a pitch bend at the waist and kind of stretches back. That always makes me a little nervous. 1-2 the count to Kirkpatrick here. With the delivery. Pitch swung on and hit foul and out of play on the right field side here at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium, and a great crowd on hand here again tonight. Love to see it.
You know, both Trent Maloney and Nate Kirkpatrick here, the leadoff hitter and number 3 hitter, have seen a lot of pitches already.
Yeah, they have, and there's a lot of conversations happening in the dugout right now. Canfield with the delivery again. Swung on a chop towards the shortstop. Murasaki will field and throw, and a good throw across, as that ball could have handcuffed him out there.
Yeah, it was a little bit fisted too. You could hear that.
Had a lot of English on it. Down to third base on the play goes Maloney. Well, we saw this a couple of nights ago where the starting pitcher for the AppleSox, Cam Hoyland, danced with danger the first 3 innings in a row, but was able to get out of it. Now will Evan Canfield be able to do the same here tonight as Jacob Mejia steps up. First baseman batting .272 in the left-handed batter's box. Pitch on the way, misses high and away for ball 1. Jacob is 6'3", 220-pound junior from LC State. You ever notice that they seem to make these kids bigger every year?
Oh, my gosh, they are huge.
1-0 the count to Mejia. Right side of the infield playing deep. Pitch on the way. Foul back. He timed it, but just hit under it, and the count even at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Well, that was part of the whole mantra down at LC State, was you will be tougher than the next guy. Part of their deal was, okay, we've got 2 guys that are equally as good at second base. Whoever goes out there, gets that football and brings it back is going to have the job. So they'd almost get in fights with each other just to get the starting job.
Curveball here is in there for a taken strike. Beautiful pitch by Canfield. 1-2 the count now. 39 strikeouts for Canfield on the summer, 14 walks, and a 2.78 turn rate average. Canfield with a big cleansing breath out there on the mound. And the 1-2 pitch swung on and hit foul, and that was in on the hands again. Goes into the Bells dugouts over on the right side here at Paul Thomas. By the way, it's 333, did you tell me, down the left field line?
I did, yeah.
409 to straightaway center and 323 to right field.
Yep.
That's the dimensions of the ballpark. If the wind's blowing out to right, well, we see that it can carry that way, but the wind's blowing in from right tonight. Pitch on the way, high and away for ball 2. Evens the count to Mejia.
Yeah, this is an odd win for this ballpark.
Yeah, well, it's an odd win for the Wenatchee Valley, honestly.
That's true.
It's only in
Yeah.
the summertime usually that we see kind of an easterly breeze, and that's what's happening here tonight. 2-2 the count with a runner at third. This pitch swung on again, hit into the Bells dugout area, and foul, so it remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. I'm going through the starting lineup here for the Bells. We've talked about the AppleSox having a seasoned lineup, and such is the case here for the Bells. Senior, senior, sophomore, junior, junior, senior, sophomore, sophomore, junior.
Yeah.
Pitch here, swung on a miss, and boy, that was a hefty fastball. He blew it by him, and that will do it as the Bells leave a man stranded at third base after getting a hit. We will take a break and come back. No score for the Bells. The AppleSox are due up next. You're watching the West Coast League North Division Championship on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Hi, my name is Courtney, and AmeriCorps has given me the opportunity to change careers, learn new skills, and serve my community in a meaningful way. I am so glad that I chose AmeriCorps.
My service with AmeriCorps has allowed me to make a difference in the lives of people that I wouldn't have otherwise made.
My service in AmeriCorps allowed me make huge impact to community having fun.
AmeriCorps gave me the opportunity to serve and use my skills for the greater good. I highly recommend serving with AmeriCorps. You will change your life.
My name is Anna Marie. I've lived at Prestige here for 6.5 years, and I love it. They just made you feel so welcome. I love my room. I get 3 meals a day, do as I darn well want to. I've loved it ever since I moved in.
Mom's a wonderful, wonderful lady. She deserved the very best, and I got it for her here at Prestige.
Welcome back once again here to Paul Thomas Senior Stadium as we head to the bottom of the first. Wenatchee and Bellingham for the North Division title. Our broadcast brought to you in part by our platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling in Wenatchee. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Give them a call today at 509-662-6842 or on the web at alpineair.net. So also additional thanks to our gold supporter, Town Auto Group. Your community, your family, your Town Auto Group. Well, the Bells got a runner as far as third base, but could not cash in. We'll see if that comes back to hurt them later in this game. The AppleSox will send Max Hartman, Cooper Witten, and James Castagnola to the plate. And again, Max Hartman 0 for his last 10. I know would love to get a base hit to start things off here. And I wouldn't be surprised if he's trying to drag a bunt or something like that just to get things going.
Yeah, we got first baseman's coming up here. They've obviously played against him a couple times.
Yeah. Seen this, been there, done that. First pitch on the way by the left-hander is Hartman squares to show bunt. Takes the pitch inside corner for a strike, 0-1 to count. Again, Sax Manson.
You know, his ERA is very high, 6.95, but his number of innings is very limited.
Right. So you get one half
skewed.
of an inning that's bad, and that screws your whole numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6.95 earned run average with a record of 2-5.
And this is his 5th time facing us this year, too.
1-1.
First time starting, the other 4 in relief.
2-1, the count now. Again, a 4-man crew here tonight working the ball game. We've got 2 Canadian officials, according to the flag that's on the back of their shirt, and 2 American officials. That's nice to balance it out here in the West Coast League. This pitch swung on and fouled away by Max. And the count even now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, Blaze LeVay is calling balls and strikes. Nick Moore at first, Zach Burr at second, and Isaac McAllister is at third. Hartman, one of the lead hitters for the AppleSox, batting .314, takes the next pitch. He swings at it and fouls it off his foot, and that hurts. Run off the ankle bone. Oof.
Looks like he's using a different bat tonight. This one looks more of a silverish color.
Okay.
Typically, I believe he's using a black one, so maybe get rid of the mojo that he had going with the other one.
Well, you don't want to see Max Hartman beleaguered here behind home plate, bent over and in a ton of pain right now. So if you have a pickup truck and you put a towing ball in the back.
Yep.
And you walk around and you whack your shin on it.
Oh, man, that
It's
hurts.
a similar feeling.
Yeah.
Where you just want to wet your pants. It's not fun. It's not fun. So Max trying to shake it off here, and the umpire thankfully giving him a moment. It's almost where you want to jog down to the base and get some blood circulating around that area. So Hartman stays in. Count 2-2 to him. He is such a key cog in the lineup. You can't even think about
offensively and defensively.
Yes. Pitch on the way to him is a fastball away. Boy, it didn't miss by much. 3-2 the count.
You know, I like the fact that he's choking up so much on the bat here.
And we saw that early in the year too, where
did.
he'd get 2 strikes on him and he would choke up.
Yep.
Here comes the 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and the ball got in the ground, so the catcher will straighten up and throw down to first base. So a K-2-3 is the official verbiage on that one. Our broadcast tonight brought to you in part by Apple Valley Honda. Test drive a new Honda today at Apple Valley Honda in East Wenatchee. Committed to preserving the environment not only with fuel-efficient vehicles but also with their other eco-friendly actions and alternatives at Apple Valley Honda. You ever get a chance to stop by the businesses that help us bring you sports on the NCWLIFE Channel? Say, hey, you know what? That's cool. Thanks for doing that. Appreciate it. Cooper Witten steps up now for the AppleSox. He'll take the first pitch in there for a strike, and so far so good for Sax Manson.
Yes.
He's delivering.
Yeah, he's throwing a lot of strikes and doing well here.
Witten, a 6'3", 200-pound junior from the University of Washington. Back in, the ball bounces in for a ball. 1-1 to count.
You know, you had talked earlier in the game about the top of our order not having a good...
The success so far.
Yes, the success in the last 2 games that we've seen. But Cooper Witten had a huge double that hopefully will springboard him into today.
Yeah, that's true. Swing and a miss here on strike 2. 1-2 the count. You were talking about Cooper. He was 1 for 4 on Monday in that win over Victoria. And that double was a huge double that kept that inning going in the 5th where Wenatchee scored 5 runs.
Yes.
Strike called here, and 2 up, 2 down via the K for Sax Manson. That'll bring up James Castagnola. A couple of nights ago, James was 3 for 4 with 2 runs and 2 RBI. Good night for James at the plate, hoping to continue that here in the North Division Championship. Pitch on the way is a little bit outside for ball 1. 1-0 the count. And the light sure does change here at Paul Thomas. As soon as that sun starts to sink behind our western horizon, this pitch swung on and hit the air to right field, but right at the right fielder out there. You having to use his sunglasses.
Yeah.
Bryce Johns out there makes the catch for the out, and that'll do it for Wenatchee retired in order here in the 1st. We'll head to the 2nd frame. Scoreless so far. You're watching the West Coast League North Division Championship on the NCWLIFE Channel.
NCWLIFE Channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCWLIFE would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
At Harvest Valley Pest Control, we know you are committed to making your home and business a healthy and pest-free place. Hi, I'm David. Give us a call and we'll give you a firm price over the phone and schedule a time that works for you. We will do an in-depth 30-point healthy home or business inspection and craft a customized plan of action designed specifically for your pest issue. Give us a call or visit our website today.
Well, the crew's on hand here again tonight. We got Dan Kuntz back. Good to have you back, Danny. He's out there in center field manning our camera out there. We got Tucker Wagner here as well. He's running around making sure stuff works. We got Scott Patterson. We've got Tim Brodowski. And more importantly than anybody else, we have Brandon Schmitten sitting right next to me.
Couldn't do it without you, Eric.
Malcolm Whitehall back in the studios. I'm surprised Malcolm has any hair left after the last 2+ games now. As we head to the 2nd inning of play, scoreless so far. Gabe Henderson will lead it off. He'll be followed by Anthony Kadama and Connor Smith.
Fresno Pacific University, number 28, Gabe
A couple of different Fresno Pacific University products for
I was seeing that, and we got
Bells.
A couple Cal State San Bernardino, a couple of kids from there, and then once again another new school on the next guy that I've never heard of.
Oh, due up in this at bat here?
Yeah.
Yeah, Southern Illinois Carbondale. I've actually heard of that before.
Have you?
Yeah, I don't know why or what, but first pitch is a taken strike by Henderson. 0-1 to count. Gabe, a 5'11", 190-pound junior from Fresno Pacific. Batted .238. Well, he's hitting .238 right now. This is both regular season and postseason combined. Curveball here, and a couple of curveballs that are off-speed pitches by Mr. Canfield to start off this batter.
See if he tries to throw him another one, which
I think
I
he's
would
got
doubt.
high cheese.
Yep.
I'm thinking high cheese here.
Yep, up and in.
All right, Coach, here we go. The 0-2 pitch.
Oh, it was a curveball again.
Yeah, it was a curveball. Max Hartman backing up on it, but he's got plenty of room out there. Circles around and makes the catch for the out. So 1 out here in the second brings up Anthony Kadama. Again, the winner of tonight's game will travel, no matter what, to the West Coast League Championship on Friday. It will either be at Portland or at Corvallis. In fact, we'll jump online here and check out the latest scores, because there is another game going on, and Corvallis trying to win yet another West Coast League Championship. Just gets kind of boring after a while. Anthony Kadama takes the first pitch, strike one. 0-1. So whatever conversation Coach Cowley had in the dugout with Evan Canfield, it took.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a conversation with my son the other day, and we were talking about had I ever seen Corvallis play, you know, if they were pretty good or what. And I said, well, I don't think I've ever seen them play up here, but I thought that we had played the North versus South occasionally. But
there is, but it's been, I think it's been
rarely,
2 years since we've played Corvallis directly.
Okay.
Pitch here, foul back, so the count remains.
Well, and
no balls and 2 strikes.
North plays North during the year, and South plays South during
and
the year,
some of the North and South, like the AppleSox, wrapped up the season down in Bend. So, and then Springfield was here during the regular season at Paul Thomas. So, yeah, there is some sprinkling because you've got all those games to get in, so you can't play them all against your own division.
Right.
AppleSox also had some non-league games. Pitch on the way here is a curveball in the dirt. Nice stop by Jonathan Fitz. That ball rolls far enough that Jonathan says, ball boy, you come take care of that. I mean, it's 45 feet up the baseline.
That's right.
That's too far.
It's a long way when you got all that gear on.
1-2 to count. Well, and the fact that Jonathan Fitz has caught, I don't know how many games for almost all the games for the AppleSox
Every game that we've done.
Pitch here is a curveball missing for ball 2.
Continually doing that. Too.
Yeah, having to.
He was a key factor on Monday night with the ability to throw a curveball in the dirt.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh man,
absolutely.
Especially with runners in scoring position, he did a great job of blocking and.
Yep. This
Here we go again.
Misses.
Another full count.
Yeah, another full count.
Deep in the count.
This will be another, let's see, make that the third 3-ball count in the game so far. And we're only in the top of the second with 1 out.
Yeah.
Canfield gets the sign from Jonathan Fitz, and the pitch on the way. Swung on a fly ball to right center. This wind's going to help with this one. Carry it over to Max Hartman out there in right center. He'll make the catch for the out. So 2 down here in the second brings up Connor Smith. The DH batting .240, 6'3", 215-pound sophomore from Santa Clara.
Yeah, that ball off the bat sounded like it was hit really well. It just got underneath it a little bit.
Having some problems with our laptop here tonight, so I may have to go to the phone to get the score from the other game in West Coast League play tonight, because it seems that, well, I know my internet's working because we have
live
Discord.
video.
Yeah, I'm able to connect back to the studio, so I'm not sure what's going on there. First pitch is a strike to Connor Smith, 0-1 to count as I hear a helicopter in our distance. 0-1 pitch on the way, swung on a chop foul off of the leg of the batter, and the count goes to 0-2. So unlike last inning, this inning, Evan Canfield is getting ahead of batters. You like to see that.
With the curveball on each of the first 3 batters, he's throwing curveball first pitch. Which, if that's what it takes for you to throw first pitch strike, go at it.
Yeah, right, exactly.
That's
0-2 the count to Connor Smith here.
That's such a key stat, is getting ahead early on counts.
Yeah, well, it opens up the treasure chest too. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll try this, I'll try that, and not give them something over the plate that they can get a hold of, make them go fishing out and expand the strike zone, as
Exactly,
they say.
yep.
1-2 the count here to Smith. Nobody aboard, 2 down, and the pitch. High with a fastball here, evens the count at 2-2.
And players will communicate with each other too, so it doesn't take them long to figure out what the home plate umpire's zone will be.
Yep.
But we've got the advantage where we just saw him on Monday night behind the plate. So
2-2 pitch is a curveball. Strike 3 called. Gone looking is Connor Smith, who lingers at the plate. Apparently not happy with that call, but it looked good to me, and it certainly looks good for the AppleSox. We head to the bottom of the second, still scoreless here in Wenatchee. You're watching the West Coast League North Division Championship on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Apple Valley Honda is bringing the future of driving to you. Introducing the all-new, all-electric Honda Prologue EV. Say goodbye to gas stations and hello to a whisper-quiet ride and zero emissions. The wait is over. Finally, a local option for a quality EV from a brand with a track record of exceptional quality and reliability. Experience the Honda Prologue EV for yourself at family-owned Apple Valley Honda. Stay close to home and visit us at Apple Valley Honda today for the life you live.
Check out ClubCrowCashmere.com for upcoming events and tickets.
Broadcast of baseball tonight here on the NCWLIFE Channel, brought to you in part by Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call 509-662-6842. That's 509-662-6842. Along with Brandon Schmitten, I'm Eric Granstrom here. And first of all, before we get too far into this, I sure had a lot of fun calling games with you this summer.
Most definitely.
I appreciate you being willing to do this. Free of charge, by the way. That's what's very nice of you.
Yeah, I feel blessed to be able to do this. It's so much fun. I brag that I get to spend time with you all the time.
Evan Cloyd leads it off here in the second. First baseman for the AppleSox, batting .257 out of Cal State Bakersfield. And the delivery by the big left-hander to him is missing outside for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Sax Matson continues to whirl on the mound, the sophomore from USC. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on and hit on the ground on a hop to the shortstop. Over is Henderson. He'll throw and in time for the out.
You know, we've talked about guys having different roles pitchers-wise. Sax hasn't had many starts, but getting in the latter part of the season, innings are limited from college coaches. We had that conversation earlier. Like Ahern has a 40-pitch or 40
inning count on him. And he's there, but
right.
If the Sox make it to the championship game on Friday, he's been given another 2 innings.
Allotted 2 more innings,
okay.
yeah. So then you have to bring guys that were in the bullpen out to start.
Sure. Huh. I wonder if I'm just having a hard time getting the league website. It seems like it just doesn't want to happen here. I'll keep on trying. 1-1 the count here to the AppleSox next hitter, Jonathan Fitz, and that would be ball 2. 2-1 now. Well, I'll try it on my phone and see if I have any better luck. It's saved as a tab on my phone, so if that doesn't come up, then I know we got problems with the league website. This pitch swung on and fly ball to right center. Backing up on it slowly is Maloney. He'll make the catch for the out.
Now batting from the University of Minnesota, number 27, Jake Larson.
He's not only been hitting well for us lately, he's been playing great defense too. Had a couple key double plays.
Absolutely. Larson, the late arrival to the AppleSox lineup this summer, takes the first pitch. Boy, that looked good. A little low, I guess, for ball 1. 1-0 the count to Jake. 6 foot, 200-pound senior, University of Minnesota. So I'm sure he's loving being here in the Wenatchee Valley. This pitch swung on, and that will be dropping in for a base hit. Little parachute into left center by Jake Larson.
Well, and these guys could be facing each other in the Big Ten this year.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's so odd.
Yeah.
That's so odd to put USC in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, University of Washington in the Big Ten. So are they really calling it the Pac-2 now with Washington State?
I think it's still the Pac-12, kind of like the Big Nine. You know,
yeah, where there's 7 teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was 14 at one time before Tri-Cities split off from us.
Hunter Friedberg steps up. First pitch to him, taken for a strike. The count 0-1. Boy, you are never shy of knowing what Hunter Friedberg's thinking as he steps to the plate. Boy, he has got a conversation going with himself the whole time. Snap throw over to the bag at first, not in time, as they apply the tag to Jake Larson over there. Larson, just 3 stolen bases on his short time with the AppleSox. Pitch on the way, curveball, strike called outside corner, and the count quickly in favor of Matson at 0-2. Matson, that's a name that we had as an AppleSox pitcher years and years ago. Doubt there's a relation. 0-2 pitch, fastball up and away for ball 1. 1-2 to count. To Hunter Friedberg, batting .291, a redshirt freshman from the University of San Diego. You could pick more awful places to go to college, that's for sure.
Yeah.
This pitch swung on and grounded up the first base side, just foul.
San Diego and then Point Loma College down there too. We had a couple kids that played for Eastmont that went down to Point Loma.
Oh, no kidding.
And played. Yeah.
That's inside information there, because Point Loma, there's not a lot of people that know about Point Loma.
No, there's not.
Yeah.
But what a beautiful place, holy cow.
1-2 the count to Friedberg with a runner at first base. 2 down for the AppleSox here in the bottom of the second, scoreless so far. Another toss to the bag, this one an actual move by the pitcher Sax Manson. Friedberg steps out of the box, takes a couple of practice cuts, and now a little adjustment on the mound for our big tall left-hander. 6'2", 215 pounds, he's all of that.
Yeah, big kid.
Thrusts his arms out, brings the ball in close, and then takes another throw over to first base. So college baseball, summer collegiate baseball, no number count on how many times a pitcher can throw over to the bag at first base.
Yeah, and that was an interesting thing too. My wife knows baseball very well. We'll talk about this after the break.
Ground off the plate and goes right into the glove of the catcher, and Bowers will throw him out at first base. So 2-3 on the putout. That'll do it for the AppleSox, and we'll continue that scintillating discussion about baseball basics coming up as we continue here into the third, scoreless so far in the West Coast League North Division Championship on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Good Thursday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News.
NCWLIFE Channel is your local TV station. We're not affiliated with any of the network channels. We're a locally owned, locally managed television station who prides itself on being a reflection and a spotlight on the communities we call home here in North Central Washington. We need to thank our gold supporter, Town Auto Group. Your community, your family, your Town Auto Group. Thanks for watching the NCWLIFE Channel.
It's a great time to go into the medical profession. And this is the perfect place to start, because this is going to provide you that basic understanding in order to get into medical school, physical therapy school. So when you are ready to head on your career pathway, wherever it is, then you've already had some experience and say, oh, this is so cool. This is exactly what I want to do. So really, you're going to leave me with 13 college credits and a license with the state of Washington.
Playoff baseball on the NCWLIFE Channel, brought to you in part by Chelan Douglas Community Action Council and AmeriCorps. Build your professional experience and network. Share your skills and passion to improve North Central Washington. Join a team of 30-plus volunteers who get paid to make a difference. Learn more and apply at cdcac.org/AmeriCorps. AmeriCorps, by the way, AMERICORP. Yes. Along with Brandon Schmitten, I'm Eric Granstrom, ready for a score updates on the other South Division. What are you thinking? What's your guess?
Oh, just by the way you bring this question up to me, I'm going to say 3-0 Portland.
1-0.
1-0 Portland.
Yeah, that is in the top of the second. That game being played in Corvallis tonight. So how about that? Well, Portland, I'll tell you, they certainly put it on in the second half. They're the second half champions in the South, and they put together a nice season. This pitch is a curveball missing outside for ball 1 to Connor Bauer, who just made the final out here in the inning for the defense of the Bells. Kind of, you feel the crowd is on edge here, just waiting for something to happen. Pitch on the way, fastball misses up for ball 2. 2-0 the count, and fans don't like that one. Bryce Johnson, Trent Maloney, the 9-1 batters, following Colton Bauer here in the third. Scoreless so far. Pitch on the way, swung on, a fly ball to shallow right, and the right fielder coming in is Cooper Witten, and he'll make the catch for the out. Cooper playing real shallow tonight because that wind is, what wind we have is blowing in from right field.
Yeah, and he wisely called off the second baseman there too. I saw Larson go out there and give I got it, and he was like, nope, I'll take this one. I'm coming in. It's a much easier catch.
Yeah, much easier to play in front of you than going backwards and trying to make that catch, especially if there's any English on the ball.
Yes.
Bryce Johnson now steps up. He is a junior from LC State, and he'll look at the first pitch. Swing and a miss. Beautiful curveball from Evan Canfield.
And Evan enjoyed that pitch, didn't he?
Yes, he
did.
See
a little smile on his
there's
face after
a
that
little
one.
bit of a, okay, that's the way it feels.
Yeah.
0-1 the count to Johnson. A couple of strikeouts so far for Canfield in the game, and this curveball is in there for a strike as well, and I think he found something there.
Yes, keeps on going back to that curveball and throwing it very well.
Yeah.
And you know, we've talked about this too, about the mound, and you can already see that there's
quite a divot, where
his
foot placement is when he delivers the pitch.
Makes it tough for a pitcher too, because that's his natural spot to land, and unless, you know, if he is off any which way, then it's going to throw him off with his delivery.
And I liken it to bowling, if anybody's bowled at all, and when you're lining up to throw the ball and you've got the boards and you move over one board, it might only be 2 inches, but that makes a heck of a difference. Here is a bounding ball to Morisaki, and he will just gobble it up and throw across in time for the out. So 2 up, 2 down, back to the top of the order for Trent Maloney.
So going back to our conversation, we were at the Mariners game, and she knows baseball very well, and we were looking at the scoreboard, and it says runs, hits, errors, and then there's an MVR. And I'm like, hey, Shannon, do you know what that means? And she's like, no, I don't. And it said 4. And it's mound visits remaining. So they only have 4 mound visits remaining in Major League Baseball now. So trying to do everything that they can to speed up the game to make it more entertaining for people.
Sure. Well, they certainly, what was it, last year that they instituted the pitch clock? Was that the first year for it?
I think it was last year, yeah.
And it really did make a difference.
It does, yeah. And we've seen it come into play here last year more than what we have this year, but we saw it come into play, and makes guys speed up quickly.
1-1 the count now to Maloney, who got a base hit in his first at bat. That was quite a battle between he and Canfield. I think it went, 7 pitches, I want to say.
It was deep. And then had a little base knock right up the middle.
1-1 pitch, swung on a grounded to third, and smothering it, Castagnola, and he'll throw across in time for the out. Great defense again for the Wenatchee AppleSox. And what do they say about defense?
Defense wins championships.
There you go, baby. We'll take a break and come back to the bottom of the third. We go. No score. AppleSox due up next. You're watching the West Coast League North Division Championship on the NCWLIFE Channel.
In Digital Media Arts program, we learn about video production gear and editing by the combination of class projects and nonprofit work and employment.
It makes things happen.
Yeah.
It's pretty magical.
We work in the industry at the Wenatchee Round, NCWLIFE Channel, and the Town Toyota Center events. Every day we work with industry standard equipment for a hands-on learning experience.
There's no place like home. Because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories. And we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
AppleSox baseball on the NCWLIFE Channel, brought to you in part by Club Crow Bar and Grill, home of the Blues, Brews, and Barbecue. Poker every Monday and Wednesday nights. Check out their website, clubcrowcashmere.com, for upcoming events. You also need to find out the story about why they picked a crow upside down, a dead crow, as their mascot, as their logo.
I noticed that the other night.
I know the story. I'm not going to spoil it, so you need to go to Club Crow in Cashmere and find out. Cam Hoyland will lead it off. He has been the spark plug, the straw that stirs the drink. I don't know however many superlatives you could give to him, but 2 home runs back-to-back on Sunday and on Monday. Well, and he'll bunt this one. Popped it up over the top of the pitcher, and the throw across, no throw.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Now, I don't think he dialed it up quite like that, but
well,
he'll take
knowing
it.
him, he did.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
The way that he's been playing the last 2 games previous to tonight, he did. He was out there making great plays in left field, pitching great, and then hitting like crazy, too.
So Cam Hoyland has 3 stolen bases on the season. Not a lot.
I'm expecting a
little sacrifice here. Yeah. Well, they were scoreless in the 3rd, and Kanoa Morisaki stepping to the plate.
Coach is giving him a short lead. Let's go ahead and see the ball down.
Oh, popped up and out of play.
Last thing we want to do is have him get a decent lead over there and get picked off for whatever reason.
Yep. And we've seen that Sax Manson has a pretty decent move over the first base so far.
And he's not afraid to throw it. And the sun's now set on the field, too.
Yeah, so that's not a problem for the first baseman. And there's that snap throw over. He's got that, and then he's got the actual move to put some oomph behind his throw over there.
Yep.
0-1 to Morisaki, who's trying to lay down the bunt here for the AppleSox. Another toss to the bag at first. Morisaki giving up the fact that he's going to try to bunt here, but obviously I think everybody in the United States knows that Morisaki's going to try to bunt right now.
And you were mentioning pickoffs. They're only allowed 2, right? In the major leagues, and then they have to go to the
disengagements with the mound. Yes.
Okay.
So and then you
have
to go. Yeah, you have to pitch after that. 0-2 the count to Morisaki, so that takes the bunt away. But we've seen him chop the ball off the plate.
He's still showing bunt
here. Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
This is a key run at a key time in the game, right? So,
and that's what we talked about with Joel Norman too when he came by the station here this morning, is that the early run is such a big difference in this game. Fouls that one back, so the count remains at 0-2.
No, that's going to be a strike 3.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, he fouled off a bunt attempt. So that'll go down as a K, and the first out back to the top of the order for Max Hartman. Boy, Hartman would love to deliver a 2-run shot here or double off the wall. The way he runs, he'd stretch double into triple. He is just so dangerous on the paths out there.
I'm looking for his prototypical double and to the Pepsi sign out there in right center field.
We'll go for that. Pitch swung on and a fly ball deep to left center field. I don't think anybody's going to get to that one. In fact, it's off the base of the fence on the 12 Tribe Casino line out there. Rounding third and heading for home. Scoring on the play will be the AppleSox, Cam Hoyland. He'll pump a fist. He'll head to the dugout, get some high fives from his teammates. AppleSox lead at 1-0.
And remind Sax Matson how he just scored on the way back, too. Sax wasn't real happy with that, but hey, when you have a bunt dialed up like he did, you can talk all you want. That was a great way to break out of a little mini slump.
0 for 11 with the strikeout earlier tonight in his first at bat. So Max Hartman comes through, gets an RBI. Sox on top 1-0. Cooper Witten now steps up. Pitch to him is low and in the dirt. Nice stop by Bauer back there. And a count 1-0.
But remember, as we mentioned the other night, like Derek Jeter said, I've never been in a slump. You know, I may have gone 0 for 11, but I've never been in a slump.
Right.
Because that's a mentality then.
1-0 the count to Witten here, and the pitch on the way. Fastball missing high. 2-0 the count. And, you know, there's gamesmanship all around in baseball. There's the game that's happening on the field between the lines. There's a game that's happening between your ears as well.
Yes.
And Cam Hoyland maybe got between the ears a little bit to Mr. Sax Manson.
Right. Yes, he did.
A couple of balls thrown in a row. First base is open. Pitch on the way. Swung on and chopped foul, and it'll stay around home plate. 2-1 to count.
I hope I don't get this quote wrong, but Yogi Berra said that baseball is 90% mental, the other 50% is physical.
And the fun thing about Yogi Berra is that there are quotes assigned to him that he never said. My favorite that my dad says, and I don't know if it was an actual Yogi Berra comment or statement or not, but it referred to going to a popular restaurant. This pitch misses outside for ball 3. 3-1 the count to Witten. That place is so busy, nobody goes there. Which sounds like Yogi Berra.
Right,
Something Yogi
it
would
does.
say. Yeah. And what was the old timers game where they had all of the retired Yankees out there? Pitch on the way here, swung on and foul back, so the count goes full at 3-2. Yogi standing next to Reggie Jackson, and Reggie's telling this story. Yogi Berra had passed away, and Reggie says they were showing the names of the past players for the Yankees who had passed away, and Yogi turns to Reggie and he says, "Man, I sure hope I never see my name up there."
That's a solid point.
3-2 pitch on the way. Strike 3 called, and that was a beautiful pitch there, and a way to settle down by Sax Manson for Bellingham.
Yes. Yeah, we were thinking that we had a little bit going for us there with maybe getting in his head a little bit.
I think we got a flyover going on with Huey.
Yeah.
How about that? That's what you hear in the background here at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. James Castagnola will step up with a runner in scoring position. 1 on, 1 in, 2 outs for the AppleSox here in the third. Pitch on the way, fastball in there for a strike. 0-1 to count to Castagnola.
I feel a little bit of breeze right here, but if you look at the flag in center field, it is as dead can be.
Yep, dead.
Do you not feel some wind at our back?
Yeah, I feel a little bit. I'd like a little more, actually, because I've got this fly that's driving me nuts. 0-1 the count to Castagnola, and the pitch on the way, swung on and missed. By the way, I've got a new name for a bug out there. You ever have those at a picnic or something, and they are kind of a fly, but they're kind of a bee. They have the yellow and black, and they're really small, and they just kind of hover.
Yes.
Hover. I call those wannabes. 0-2 pitch on the way, swung on a miss, and that'll do it for the AppleSox. But they do get a run on a couple of base hits. 1 man left. We'll head to the fourth. Wenatchee on top of Bellingham. 1-0 here for the West Coast League North Division Championship.
Want to stay up to date on the latest news in the area? Tired of paying for your news? Download the NCWLIFE app now. No subscriptions necessary. Get news, weather, sports, and more live as it happens. Available for iPhone and Android in the App Store. Local news at your fingertips. Don't miss the stories that matter to you. Stay connected. Download the NCWLIFE app now.
My name is Anna Marie. I've lived at Prestige here for 6.5 years, and I love it. They just made you feel so welcome. I love my room. I get 3 meals a day, do as I darn well want to. I've loved it ever since I moved in.
Mom's a wonderful, wonderful lady. She deserved the very best, and I got it for her here at Prestige.
Playoff baseball here on the NCWLIFE Channel, brought to you in part by Harvest Valley Pest Control, living healthy, local, and pest-free. You can rest assured Harvest Valley Pest Control uses kid and pet-safe material around your home or office. Call Harvest Valley Pest Control today for your free estimate at 509-423-2207. That's 509-423-2207. I just want to take a moment here to pass along my sincere gratitude to the professionals at Confluence Health. Back in January, I was injured and needed spinal surgery on my neck. February 22nd, I had surgery on my neck. It was a serious surgery. They took out 3 discs. They fused 4 of my vertebrae in my neck. In the process of that surgery, they went through the front of my neck, and you move everything aside, including my vocal cords, and I was seriously concerned about how that would impact me and being able to do the thing I love, which is calling baseball. So thank you to Confluence Health.
It's great to hear your beautiful voice, too.
Jason Shedlock leads it off here in the fourth for Bellingham. And the first pitch to him swung on and fouled away just beyond the dugout on the third base side here. 0-1 to count to Mr. Shedlock. He'll be followed by Nate Kirkpatrick and Jacob Mejia, 2, 3, and 4 batters here in the 4th. As Bellingham finds themselves on the bottom of the scoreboard for the first time here tonight, 1-0. Pitch here swung on a hit off of the mound.
Is he gonna
Second
make a
baseman
great play
Larson
again?
will throw, and it's in
great
time.
pick,
My,
too.
oh
Yes.
my! What a play by Larson, backhanding the ball, throwing across his body. Evan Cloyd with a pick there at first base. Bang, bang, you're out.
That's how you win games in the playoffs, right? That was a big play.
When I set you up for that earlier about defense wins championships,
Yeah.
I was totally waiting for you to say something totally goofy. And that's okay, by the way.
Yeah.
Because I'm goofy as there get. Nate Kirkpatrick steps in now. The pitch here swung on and fouled away, and the count 0-1 to Kirkpatrick, who's 0 for 1 tonight. He grounded out to short back in the first. Boy, the infield has been busy. These last 3 games that we've called, going to Sunday nights and Monday nights against Victoria, and now here tonight against Bellingham. They have been busy, busy folks.
They have. And so I got 2 statements on this. One is if you're a pitcher and you're throwing strikes, guys in the infield are going to be more prepared for you.
Right.
And because the worst thing to do is play defense behind a guy that can't throw a strike, because you start falling asleep, and then easy plays turn into errors. Now, if you're out there throwing strikes, you're going to have great plays made behind you, and then you're going to have confidence in yourself to throw strikes if you have good defense behind you. So,
well, I think also what kind of feeds the defense is the offense, right? Wenatchee just scored a run, so now they've got a lead, so now they're really in on every single pitch.
That's true.
0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strikeout for Evan Canfield is the second out here in the 4th.
He blew that right by him, didn't he?
That is Evan's 4th strikeout already here in the ballgame, is it? No,
Third. Yep.
Apologies. Jacob Mejia steps up now. He's one of those strikeout victims back in the first. Steps in the left-handed batter's box. Canfield gets a sign quickly from Jonathan Fitz. And the right-hander's delivery. Swung on and hit hard, but on a hop right to Evan Cloyd over there at first base. And it's a 1-2-3 story for the Bells here in the 4th. To the bottom of the 4th we go. AppleSox 1, Bells 0. You're watching the West Coast League North Division title on the NCWLIFE Channel.
There's no place like home, because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories, and we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Lifeline Ambulance has partnered with Wenatchee Valley Tech to provide EMT certification training within the high school. This opens up career opportunities in EMS, fire, and other medical fields, and gives these students a leg up when entering the workforce.
Students at Wenatchee Valley Tech, through our partnership with Lifeline Ambulance, can now earn their National Registry EMT certification.
New pitcher on the mound for the Bells, Lathan Haywood, will take over. 6'1", 185-pound sophomore from Edmonds Community College, originally from Bremerton. A 2-0 record with a 1.78 earned run average. So obviously the Bells thinking, okay, we need to shut the door down right now.
Yes. And again, it could be going back to Sax Matz, and he may have a count on him. Yeah, because he pitched really well tonight.
Yeah, I thought so too. So Lathan,
he gave up, what, 3 hits, but had 5 strikeouts in his 3 innings of pitching.
Yeah.
So
he did very well for himself. And if that's the last appearance for him this summer for the Bells, then doff of the cap.
Yeah, for sure.
1 run, and that run was earned.
Yep.
And he didn't walk a batter, did he?
No, he didn't.
Yeah, so 5 strikeouts and no walks. So Lathan Haywood will take over, and he'll face the number 4, 5, 6 hitters for Wenatchee. Evan Cloyd will lead it off, and I always like it when the guy makes a defensive play at first base and then is the first guy up in the next inning.
Yeah.
Pitch on the way to him, swung on and fouled back, and the count 0-1.
Speaking of that, Larson's got a chance, or will come up this inning as well, and he made a great play, and that great pick over at first base by Evan Cloyd.
Yeah, a couple of defensive gems for this AppleSox. Pitch on the way here, inside, and hit him. And then it got the catcher. Ouch.
The catcher wore that more than what Evan did.
Yeah,
Evan had that pad there.
It clipped the pad on his elbow, and then
went right
got our catcher,
shoulder.
Colton Bauer,
right in the shoulder, it looked like.
Bad spot. So the AppleSox have the leadoff man aboard in Evan Cloyd. That'll bring up catcher Jonathan Fitz. Fitz with a fly out to center field back in the first. Bell's staff will come out, and so will the training staff for Wenatchee to check on the catcher.
Ooh, to get his throat?
Yeah, he's looking at his throat. Nice to have some medical professionals on hand. She's the athletic trainer for Wenatchee High School, and I apologize, her name has completely fell out of my head for the moment. So a runner aboard for the AppleSox as Jonathan Fitz stands in there. Fitz been hitting the ball hard. I doubt he'll have him bunt. Pitch swung on and fouled away.
You know, as you mentioned that, I saw him sneak up in the batter's box a little bit, which is typically what you do when you're going to bunt, just to give yourself a better angles, and then swung it. So he fooled me on that.
Third baseman even with the bag on the left side of the infield. Pitch on the way, swung on and grounded to the second or shortstop. It fumbles away from him. He was able to get the out at second, but that's it. Nice job staying with it by Henderson out there as that ball tried to eat him up alive.
Yeah, there's that hop that we've talked about here at this field here, right?
That's the home field advantage.
Yes, it is.
Part of it. I mean, it's the crowd, it's the energy, it's also some Humpty Bumps out there on the field itself. So Fitz aboard on the fielder's choice, and that'll bring up Jake Larson.
And seeing the light in the outfield and knowing the wind and the way the ball travels here.
And this is an unusual park. If you look across the West Coast League, how the fans are situated behind home plate. Typically, you'll have a pretty good screen behind home plates with the backstop where it's at least 4, 5, 6 feet high. Ooh, ouch. And so another hit batsman, Jake Larson, will wear that one on the back of his shoulder.
I think he got his elbow pad too.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Okay. So runners at first and second now for the AppleSox. Brings up Hunter Friedberg. But if you're in the outfield here, and even on the infield, but specifically the outfield, a fly ball off the bat here, I imagine with people right behind home plate, and honestly, we've got some elder statesmen here that have blonde heads, that ball could disappear for a second off the bat with that background behind home plate.
The one advantage this field does have, though, as far as that's concerned, is the
ground ball to the shortstop. They'll try the double play, and they got it. Nice job by Henderson to get that turned off the bat of Hunter Friedberg. 6-4-3 double play, and that'll do it for Wenatchee here in the fourth. This game's going by quickly. It is a lead for Wenatchee of only 1 as we head to the fifth. You're watching the West Coast League North Division title on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Condiments, are you ready?
Hey man, how's your arm?
Getting better, actually, thanks.
Did they give you anything for pain after surgery? Because I think I may have some left over.
Nah, that's all right, man. Actually, me and my doctor talked about not sharing prescriptions, and that ibuprofen is a good option for me. The risk of addiction, it's not worth it.
Makes sense.
Take the next step. Don't share your prescriptions, and talk to your friends about the dangers of opioids.
NCWLIFE Channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCWLIFE would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
Well, Gabe Henderson made a couple of gems there defensively. He'll be the leadoff man here in the 5th inning for Bellingham. He'll be followed by Anthony Kadama and Connor Smith. Our broadcast tonight brought to you in part by Together for Youth, encouraging you to dispose of unused and expired prescriptions to protect youth and the environment. Find a kiosk near you by visiting medproject.org. Also by Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center. Caught in a conflict, family, housing, business? Call Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center at 509-888-0957 for help. That number again, 509-888-0957. Well, Sox on top. That's good news.
Yep.
We're going to check in here on Corvallis and Portland. That's now in the top of the 4th inning and all tied at 1.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me that that's going to be a battle down there.
Back and forth probably all night long. And this one, we got a long way to go in this one, too.
We do.
We are in the top of the 5th inning. Gabe Henderson steps up. He had a fly ball out to center in the 2nd.
Yeah, Evan's been doing a good job of starting guys off with that curveball and then mixing it in as we go. And the key thing for him is get ahead, get ahead, get ahead.
Pitch on the way, and he gets ahead
with that curveball.
I like that.
Yep.
Now,
curveball slider, we don't.
Yeah.
You call it a slurve or a sweeper or whatever.
Hard to say. It curves.
Yes.
Okay. No matter what it is.
Off-speed pitch that's
it curves. Yes. 0-1 to count to Henderson. I had a curveball too, but that's only because of the spinning of the rotation of the earth. That's
called gravity.
Strike 2 called 0-2 the count to Henderson. Top of the 5th inning, 1-0 Wenatchee here in the West Coast League North Division Championship. Evan Canfield continues to deliver. Pitch on the way, misses high for a ball. Trying to get him with the high cheese there. The cheddar, the gorgonzola.
I think that was a little bit too far.
Hey, I'm remembering back when we were kids, man. You had a fastball and then you had a not so fast fastball.
Nice.
Swing and a miss here. And another strikeout for Canfield. His 4th of the ball game, starts off the 5th. That'll bring up second baseman Anthony Kadama. How about the job of Evan Canfield here tonight so far?
Yeah.
Kind of a little shaky in that first inning, but since then he has settled down. In fact, he has retired the last 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12 in a row.
He has, yeah.
Well, 13, yeah, if you go back to the sacrifice bunt, yeah.
Yeah, had a leadoff base hit. And
bounding ball right back to Canfield, and he'll throw it underhand.
He's enjoying this game right now, isn't he?
Yes, he is. And why wouldn't you, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
baseball's meant to be fun, isn't it?
It is.
And
it is. He's got some teammates from LC State that are over on the Bells side.
I bet he does, doesn't he?
They were giving him some lip, I think, over there in the dugout.
Yeah.
14 in a row retired by Evan Canfield. Brings up Connor Smith. He struck out looking back in the 2nd. See if he starts him off.
He wasn't
with a
real
bender.
happy on that pitch, but man, that was right down the middle.
This fastball misses just low for ball 1. Good job by Jonathan Fitz to try to frame that. Didn't miss by much. 1-0 the count to Connor Smith. DH batted .240 up to this point of the season. Pitch on the way is a strike called with that curveball.
Yeah.
Boy, when you can throw your off speed, when you can throw your bender for a strike, that's so huge.
Yes, and he's throwing it more accurate than he is his fastball.
Definitely. 1-1 the count to Smith here. And a pitch swung on, and this is going to get in. Get caught. It'll get into the glove of the shortstop. I have a backstop line that's right in front of me here, and the ball disappeared behind it, so I couldn't see where it went for a second. But a line out to the shortstop, and how about that? 15 in a row retired by Evan Canfield. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Wenatchee on top 1-0. You're watching AppleSox baseball on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Caught in a conflict? Family? Workplace, neighbor, business, housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
check out clubprocashmere.com for upcoming events and tickets.
8, 9, and 1 batters due up here in the 5th for the AppleSox. Cam Hoyland, Kanoa Murasaki, and Max Hartman. Here in the 5th frame, the AppleSox on top 1-0. The game down in Corvallis tonight is tied at 1. They're in the top of the 4th. Let's see if we can get an update on that with a refresh of the screen. And yes, it is still 1-1 in the top of the 4th inning in Corvallis tonight in the South Division Championship. Well, Cam Hoyland had an interesting at-bat as he bunted the first pitch to him, and he popped the bunt up in his first plate appearance back in the 3rd, and the ball perfectly parachuted over the pitcher's head and then just died in the grass between the mound and second base.
He could make a lot of money if he could perfect that.
Yeah, no kidding. The 1-1 pitch misses away for a ball. 2-1 the count to Cam Hoyland.
That was the thing that I always like to see is when pull hitters as a lefty before they made the rule of you have to have 2 people on each side of the base in the major leagues. They'd take the shortstop, put him over where the second baseman is, and then the third baseman would be way over here. And nobody bunted.
No, I know.
It
drove me nuts.
Yeah. All you have to do is bunt a ball remotely close that way.
Base hits. How about a 2-for-2 night for Cam Hoyland?
Both hard hit balls right up the middle.
He'll tell you that.
Yep.
So Hoyland aboard, and now Kanoa Murasaki, who could not get the bunt down last time. He was at the plate.
Again, son.
He'll try it again. He was even trying to bunt with 2 strikes on him, fouled it back, and ended up with a strikeout. So 0 for 1 so far for Murasaki. Now Murasaki can punch that ball to the opposite way when he bats left-handed. Switch hitter in the left-handed batter's box here. I'll see if he squares to bunt. He will. And a bunt perfectly laid up the third base side. Catcher will field and throw. Low throw.
Great job by the
nice job by Mejia over there to dig it out. So the sacrifice bunt is successful this time. 2-3 on the put-out on the bunt.
See if Max can't come up big with another double in the gap here.
Well,
last time we called it to Pepsi, he went to 12 Tribes, so let's call it to 12 Tribes, see if he can go to Pepsi.
Okay, that works. Which I believe you can get Pepsi products at 12 Tribes Casino.
There you go.
I think that's how that works. Top of the order for Max Hartman here with 1 aboard and 1 down for the AppleSox, leading it 1-0 here in the West Coast League North Division Championship. Pitch swung on a fly ball.
Just missed it.
He just missed that one. Center fielder Maloney will circle under it and make the catch for the out. So 2 outs here for the AppleSox. So Cooper Witten's going to have to try to do something with 2 outs in the inning. Witten a couple of strikeouts so far tonight, both swinging in the first and then again in the third. So you know he'd love to atone for that. Does have a gap if he goes the opposite way. On the infield here. Pitch on the way is a curveball. Strike called. Boy, that's the first time, Brandon, that we've had that strike called by the home plate umpire on a right-handed batter that was outside.
Yeah.
0-1 the count to Witten. Back in the right-handed batter's box. Funny how you got a Coug and you got a Husky back-to-back in the lineup.
Yep.
This pitch misses away for a ball. 1-1 the count.
It'll be interesting to see, you know, I know football-wise they're going to be playing each other for the next couple years, but I wonder about the other sports.
I don't know.
You know.
It makes geographic sense, but
right.
Then there's the whole money sense.
Yeah.
Pitch here, curveball swung on and a fly ball to right center, and over to his left is Maloney. And that'll do it for the AppleSox here in the 5th. They get a runner aboard on a base hit. They leave a man. We'll head to the 6th inning of play. AppleSox lead it 1-0. You're watching the West Coast League North Division Championship on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Apple Valley Honda is bringing the future of driving to you. Introducing the all-new, all-electric Honda Prologue EV. Say goodbye to gas stations and hello to a whisper-quiet ride and zero emissions. The wait is over. Finally, a local option for a quality EV from a brand with a track record of exceptional quality and reliability. Experience the Honda Prologue EV for yourself at family-owned Apple Valley Honda. Stay close to home and visit us at Apple Valley Honda today for the life you live.
Good Thursday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News.
NCWLIFE Channel is your local TV station. We're not affiliated with any of the network channels. We're a locally owned, locally managed television station who prides itself on being a reflection and a spotlight on the communities we call home here in North Central Washington. We need to thank our gold supporter, Town Auto Group. Your community, your family, your Town Auto Group. Thanks for watching the NCWLIFE Channel.
Colton Bauer, Bryce Johnson, and Trent Maloney do up here in the 6th for the Bells. The number 8, 9, and 1 batters in the lineup. AppleSox lead at 1-0 here. Our broadcast brought to you in part by the Wenatchee Valley Technical Skills Center, regional hub for career and technical education programs that equip high school age students with personal, workplace, and technical skills. Give them a call today at 509-662-8827. That's 509-662-8827. Well, we hope to have one more potential broadcast. We've been working behind the scenes here on getting permission. We're still waiting to possibly do that if the AppleSox advance to the West Coast League Championship on Friday night. Right now, we have tentative agreements to be able to broadcast that game here on the NCWLIFE Channel. We got still some more T's to cross and I's to dot, but that's our hope. Fingers crossed. Which would be awesome.
Be great. Yes, it would.
Now, I'd love to go down and have us call it, but now you're going away. You're taking your daughter down to school, so I get that. But it'd sure be fun if we could do that broadcast here on the NCWLIFE Channel one way or another. Colton Bauer steps up. He's 0 for 1 in the game, and he'll swing and miss at the first pitch from Evan Canfield, who seems to be getting better and better as the night goes.
Yeah, he's throwing incredible tonight. What's his longest outing that he's had this year? Do you know that?
That's a good question. I'll dig that up for you. This pitch is ripped but foul. Pepsi Picnic, look out. Coming your way on the line drive. 0-2. The count to Bauer.
You know, and I look over there in the dugout and I see some guys with shorts on, and one of the guys with shorts on, I don't know if that's Quincy Vassar or not. That guy, he's probably going to want to try and get in this game somehow.
This fastball, boy, it looked like it was right down the middle, but no, called a ball. 1-2 the count here to the leadoff man, Colton Bauer. We hear somebody thumping their foot on our microphone down on the backstop. Bryce Johnson waiting on deck. Pitch swung on, popped up, and behind home plate, out of play. The count remains at 1-2 strikes. Okay, you were asking about our starter here tonight, Evan Canfield, and his season. Let's see, 8 innings. Yeah, that was back against Kamloops on June 14th. Pitch here misses just outside, evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, so he can run it up there with innings wise. So
I got another name.
Great.
Got another name for you for that bug I was talking about earlier. Curveball swung on, and this one is going to tie the game, I believe. Left fielder back, and he'll.
Oh, he caught it!
And he caught it! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Cam Hoyland, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That was over the fence. Hoyland timed it perfectly. I think he's about to have a heart attack out there.
He is. Oh, man, what a catch. What a catch.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Wow. Holy cow. 16 in a row retired by Evan Canfield.
Jeez.
Where honestly we should be tied right now. Bryce Johnson steps up. Pitch on the way to him. Bunted. Off the mound comes Canfield. He'll barehand it, throw, and throw it away. So down to second will go Johnson. That brings the Bells to life. So E1. I think he had a chance to get him, but just had to rush his throw, obviously, with a speedy Johnson making his way down to first base. And Evan Cloyd could not field the ball. It was to his left as the runner was coming into him that way. And so the dead ball called. Down to second base goes Johnson, back to the top of the order for Trent Maloney. Maloney 1 for 2 tonight with a base hit in the first, and he grounded out to third in the third.
you were mentioning the Speedy Johnson. That was one of the things that I always tried to do, is have a guy that was a decent hitter, like definitely not my worst hitter, hit 9. As long as he could run a little bit, because nothing better to do than to get on base and
turn your order around.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. A 0-1 the count to Maloney here on a nasty fastball from Canfield. So that snapped the string of 16 in a row, retired on the bunt single. Well, it wasn't a single, it was an error. And the pitch on the way. Curveball swung on and hit hard to left field, and in on it comes Hoyland. He'll make the catch for the out, and the runner will have to stay at second.
And I don't know that Canfield could have made that play had he fielded it with his glove.
Yeah,
so
it would have been very close.
Yeah, and you could just see that he didn't have it quite in his hand correctly on the throw there.
And he knew that he'd have to barehand the ball. So, so 2 outs here. Jason Shedlock now steps up. He's 0 for the night so far. Pitch on the way, swung on and hit hard but foul and out of play over the concession stand. By the way, thanks to the folks at the concession stand here at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium, giving away some free water to the announcer tonight, or last night, or Monday night, and I appreciate that. Did they give it to you, or did you pay for it tonight?
They were kind again tonight.
Wow. So go put a hefty tip in the jar for me, would you? Shortstop Morisaki in on the ball. Will field and throw. A little high on the throw, but foot down. Nice job by Evan Cloyd over there to get his foot down. And let's hear the crowd giving the applause to Cam Hoyland from left field. Saved the day for the AppleSox so far. To the bottom of the 6th we go. 1-0. Whew. For the Wenatchee AppleSox, you're watching the West Coast League North Division title on the NCWLIFE Channel.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect. No matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier. Total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Hey man, how's your arm?
Getting better, actually, thanks.
Did they give you anything for pain after surgery? Because I think I may have some left over.
Nah, that's all right, man. Actually, me and my doctor talked about not sharing prescriptions, and that ibuprofen's a good option for me. The risk of addiction, it's not worth it.
Makes sense.
Take the next step. Don't share your prescriptions and talk to your friends about the dangers of opioids.
James Castagnola leads it off here at the bottom of the 6th for the AppleSox. He'll be followed by Evan Cloyd and Jonathan Fitz. 1-0 AppleSox after a miraculous play out in left field by Cam Hoyland, robbing a would-be home run to tie this ball game out moments ago. Pitch here swung on and chopped towards the second baseman. In on the ball is Kadama, and he'll throw in time. And he made that play, he gloved that ball, and I think it was looking over towards third base when he did so.
He was not confident in that hop at all.
4-3 on the putouts on Castagnola.
Sometimes I guess it's not how it looks, it's just if you get the job done.
That's right. It goes down as an out in the books. Evan Cloyd steps up. Cloyd was hit by a pitch in his last at bat. He's 0 for 1 tonight with a ground out to the shortstop. Again, Lathan Haywood on the mound in relief here.
Got him again.
Got hit by a pitch again.
Thank goodness for that pad there.
The umpire comes from behind home plate. The catcher comes from behind home plate. And a little concern Evan Cloyd might have issue with it, but no, he does not. He's a gentleman, says, well, I'll just take my base, thank you very much, and be over here at first, and pretty soon I'll see you down here at second.
That's right.
Jonathan Fitz steps up. Jonathan's 0 for 1. 0 for 2, that is. Flew out to center and hit into a fielder's choice to the shortstop. Bells would love to get a ground ball to the shortstop right here and wrap up this inning. Right-handers toss over to the bag at first, not in time.
That's a jerk move right there.
Yeah, you just hit him, and he's hurting, probably.
Yeah.
A little bit anyway, and then you throw over to the bag at first and get him to dive back to the bag. Pitch on the way.
Yeah.
His curveball, boy, that looked good. But
back in the day, you would throw it over and have the first baseman miss that, have him hit it again. Baseball's not played the same now as what it was.
We're old.
Yeah.
1-0 the count to Jonathan Fitz. Fastball here, high and away for ball 2. Again, our studio producer tonight is Malcolm Whitehall. Malcolm, you're not in trouble. I'm just saying your name, giving you credit. Our line producers tonight, Dan Kuntz and Tucker Wagner. Dan also on camera tonight, along with Scott Patterson and Tim Bernowski. Thank you to our crew. Taken here, strike 2-1 to count to Jonathan Fitz. I see a right-hander starting to throw long toss down on the Bells bullpen. Nobody going for the AppleSox yet. And I will say that Evan Canfield had a couple of hard hit balls off of him in that last frame.
Yes, he did.
Pitch misses outside for a ball. 3-1 to Fitz.
Yeah, that pitch looked good. The pitcher was asking where was that at. The umpire said low and away. So
we're in that time of night here at Paul Thomas where the sun is below the hillside, and ball 4. So it is not easy to see here because the lights around the stadium are really not taking effect. So it's that dusk, as they say. So runners at first and second. See, Evan Cloyd now is down at second base. He says, see, I told you I'd see you down at second. So that brings up Jake Larson. Larson hit by a pitch in his last at bat, also had a single. Delivered the first AppleSox hit of the game back in the second. 1-0 to score. Sox threatening here in the 6th, and the first pitch taken for a strike. 0-1 the count to Jake Larson.
Not afraid to mix in that curveball there.
Again, so important for a pitcher. If you know you can throw that curveball for a strike, that's huge. There comes the 0-1 pitch. Swung on a miss. That pitch was low and away with a fastball. Count 0-2 to Jake Larson. Hunter Friedberg waiting on deck for the AppleSox, hoping to put another dent in the scoreboard here. Give a little breathing room for the AppleSox defense. 0-2 the count to Larson. And the delivery on the way to him. Swung on and a hard hit ball to right center field. That's going to get out for a base hit. Rounding third. They're going to try to score the run. Here comes the throw home. It's going to be close. And he's out at home.
Great throw by the right fielder there.
Mitch Darlington wants to see if the umpire can get a little help here. I think if Evan Cloyd had slid head first,
could have slid outside
more towards the outside,
tried to get the back
to the right side of home plate, coming down the line from third, and reached his left hand out. I think he would have had a chance of being safe. Let's give credit to the right fielder here, Bryce Johnson, too, for a great throw
and a great tag by the catcher too.
Absolutely. So,
you know, I saw this earlier in the game. Is the on-deck hitter in a good position there? That's a critical thing that a lot of people don't do. Is as an on-deck hitter, you should run straight down and be right in line with the third baseline and tell him where to slide.
Right.
You know, stay down, stay up, slide outside, slide inside, whatever you need to do.
We are going to have a conversation on the mound right now with runners at first and second, and now 2 outs for the Wenatchee AppleSox. But I agree with Mitch sending him because that ball, I mean, it gets to the outfield. It's behind the runner. Got a good jump going from second base, and Evan Cloyd is not the fleetest of foot, but he can pick him up and put him down.
And he had a good read on that too. He saw that was going to be down, so he had a good secondary.
And going away from, potentially going away from the right fielder as he was moving to his right. So that means he had to feel the ball with his glove and then going the opposite way, straighten up and bring that ball all the way home.
And it was, you couldn't have thrown that ball any better. He had, a lot of times people think, oh yeah, you got to get the ball there in the air, but a good thing to do as an outfielder is get a long hop. And so he had that long hop, and it came up and hit the catcher perfectly.
Hunter Friedberg steps up trying to keep the inning going for the AppleSox. That was a hard hit ball, by the way, by Jake Larson, who's out there first base now. Good stop by the catcher, Bauer. Wouldn't mind a ball inside.
Seeing Hunter get on base anyhow, and see if Cam can't follow up his great catch with a
wouldn't that be something? Fitz out at second base, Larson at first base, as Evan Cloyd was erased with a beautiful throw from the right fielder, Bryce Johnson. 1-0 the count to Hunter Friedberg. Pitch on the way, swung on and chopped. A high chopper to the second baseman. He'll field it from the air and then get the out, and that's a huge boost of momentum here for Bellingham. We'll see if they can take that into their part of the 7th. AppleSox get a couple aboard. They leave a man. We'll head to the 7th frame. 1-0. Wenatchee clinging to the lead. You're watching the West Coast League North Division Championship on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Hey man, How's your arm?
Getting better, actually, thanks.
Did they give you anything for pain after surgery? Because I think I may have some left over.
Nah, that's all right, man. Actually, me and my doctor talked about not sharing prescriptions, and that ibuprofen is a good option for me. The risk of addiction, it's not worth it.
Makes sense.
Take the next step. Don't share your prescriptions and talk to your friends about the dangers of opioids.
It's a great time to go into the medical profession. And this is the perfect place to start, because this is going to provide you that basic understanding in order to get into medical school, physical therapy school. So when you are ready to head on your career pathway, wherever it is, then you've already had some experience and say, oh, it's so cool. This is exactly what I want to do. So really, you're going to leave me with 13 college credits and a license with the state of Washington.
It is 1-0 here in Wenatchee in the North Division Championship. Down to the South Division Championship, Portland has taken a 3-1 lead against Corvallis with 2 runs in the top of the 5th on a 2-run single by Govea for the Pickles. So they now lead lead Corvallis by a score of 3-1 in the South Division Championship. So interesting situation happening on the road tonight down in Corvallis. It'll be Nate Kirkpatrick, Jacob Mejia, and Gabe Henderson, the 3-4-5 hitters for Bellingham, as they trail at 1-0, and some fine defensive plays in that last half inning to keep Wenatchee off the scoreboard. Circle that, and we'll see if they follow with a little momentum swing here in this ball game.
Yeah.
By all rights, we should be tied because of a ball crushed to left field by Colton Bauer that somehow, some way, Cam Hoyland was able to just time his leap perfectly, and he gloved the ball over the top of the wall and brought it back in. Incredible play.
Yeah, 2 back-to-back great plays by outfielders on the corners there.
Kirkpatrick steps in. The first pitch to him swung and chopped slowly to Castagnola, who will feel the ball. And man, that is not an easy play to make, but Castagnola all over it. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the 7th, and that's also something crucial for the AppleSox. And the man starting on the mound, Evan Canfield, is you want to try to keep your pitch count down so you can go a little further in the game. Well, he's already into 6 1/3 here for Wenatchee.
And we had mentioned earlier in the game that they did a great job of seeing pitches in that first inning. And since then, he's been mixing in that curveball first and getting ahead, and his pitch count is.
First pitch to Mejia here is a fly ball to left field. Camping under it is Hoyland, and Cam makes the catch for the outs.
Yeah, you're able to keep your pitch count down a lot if you can start off with a strike.
Well, and 2 pitches, 2 outs.
Yes, I love seeing that.
We do have a right-hander that's warming up down to the bullpen for the AppleSox. Let's see if we can figure out who that is down there. $33,
Micah Bujacich.
Bujacich.
Oh, Bujacich? Silent J in there?
I believe that's how they pronounce it.
Okay.
Pitch here is a fastball just missing outside to Henderson.
Now right here, you just throw one right down the middle, because the worst thing to ever do is go 1 pitch, 2 pitch, 3 pitches for outs in an inning. So he should be taking until he gets a strike.
Yeah. Curveball is in there for take and strike by Gabe Henderson, who's 0 for 2 tonight with a fly out to center and a strikeout in his last plate appearance. 4 strikeouts in the game for Evan Canfield so far. They won 1 pitch. Squaring the bunt was Henderson. He takes the pitch in the dirt outside for a ball. 2-1 the count. Not too long from now, we've got high school football, volleyball, and girls soccer right here on the NCWLIFE Channel starting up in September. Be sure and watch local sports on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE Channel. 3-1 pitch is a fastball, snapping the webbing of the glove of Jonathan Fitz, evens the count at 2-2.
Yeah, it's amazing that fall is already here, huh?
Yeah.
Right around the corner anyway.
Well, I did notice going to work this morning that it took a long time for daylight to come. 2-2 count, and the pitch by Canfield is in outside. Count goes full at 3-2, and Canfield a little upset with himself there that he missed his delivery point, looked like.
Yeah.
Canfield back and ready, and maybe he was told heading out there that this will be your last chance for the AppleSox. 3-2 count to Henderson with 2 outs in the inning. Pitch on the way, bounces in for ball 4.
First walk of the game for Canfield.
That'll bring up Anthony Kadama. Kadama flew out to center and grounded back to the mound in the 5th. Bellingham's got to start looking at the scoreboard here and going, man, we've got 7 more outs left.
Yeah.
Got to make something happen. Kadama in the left-handed batter's box. Canfield deep breath after he checked over his shoulder at the runner. The runner will hold, and the pitch on the way, swung on a miss, and he was behind on that fastball from Canfield.
Yeah, and even though he goes from the windup, or excuse me, the stretch every pitch, it's significantly different when there's a guy at first base.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, his whole body changes. 0-1 count here as Canfield will toss to the bag at first.
Trying to catch him flinching.
Now
over
every time you get a throw somewhere, you're like,
yeah. I know.
Because you're living on every out. You're dying on every out. You're dying on every pitch, on every toss of the ball, on every batted ball. 0-1 the count to Kadama, and another toss to the bag at first, and oh my! Evan Cloyd looked like he got the tag down in time, but just getting back, according to the umpire out there, Gabe Henderson.
That was close.
That was a heck of a move.
Yeah.
Henderson with a much shorter lead now.
Yes.
And the pitch by Cloyd, or by Hoyland, or Canfield. Get it right, Eric. Misses outside for a ball. 1-1 to count.
And what that short lead just did is allowed him to get a little bit bigger leg kick and maybe get a little bit more giddy up on a fastball here.
1-1 to count to Anthony Kadama. A little bit larger lead and a swing of the ball over there again. Close play. The fans here at Paul Thomas wanted that to be an out.
That's close because
it is close.
He tagged him right on his backside and was close to getting there before the hand got in. And look at his lead now.
1-1 to Kadama. Short lead at first base, and they'll toss over there again. And I think Canfield, as soon as he made his pivot, he saw he wasn't very far off the bag, so he slowed down the delivery at first base, make sure it stayed under control. 1-1 the count to Kadama. Back in and ready for the third pitch to come his way, and it is on the way, and it's a little bit low for a ball. 2-1 the count.
You see how he's rushing a little bit here, where he seems a little bit more composed without anybody on base. Rightfully so, he's going to rush. But obviously he feels more comfortable with nobody on base, as we all do right about now.
Yep, this pitch swung on and hit in the gap over the second base bag and into center field. So a 2-out base hit keeps the inning going here for the Bells. Runners at first and second now, brings up Connor Smith. We'll see if we get somebody emerge from the dugout here. Right-hander is warm down to the bullpen for the AppleSox.
Timeout called.
And it will be, is that Mitch?
No, it doesn't appear that
it
is.
No. It's Mike Callie. I called him Tyler the other night for some reason. I have no idea. Joel, I was texting with Joel Norman, the broadcast on Radio Voice, and he said, maybe you're thinking about our pitching coach from 4 years ago whose first name was Tyler. I went, okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, I'll take that. Henderson, by the way, just a couple of stolen bases on this season. So they paid a lot of attention to a guy that isn't known for stealing over there at first base. And maybe that took some of the concentration away from Evan Canfield out there. And I think that might be what Callie just told him. Said, hey, let's concentrate on the batter. You got 2 outs. Let's get the final out here. Yep. And now you got to play at every bag, whatever's closest. Connor Smith steps up. He's 0 for the night so far, although he hit one hard to the shortstop in his last plate appearance. Pitch on the way. Fastball outside for ball 1. And one thing that Evan did during those middle innings, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, was get ahead of batters, and now he finds himself here late in the 7th, struggling behind batters. 1-0 the count to Connor Smith. Pitch on the way, curveball, That was a beautiful pitch and a swing and a miss by Smith, who was flailing at that one, and the count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike.
And I was just thinking about it. He was utilizing his off-speed pitches way more so during those successful innings.
Yes, he was. 1-1 to count to Smith here. Fitz with the sign. Pitch on the way inside and hit the batter. Ouch. That was certainly not what he intended to do there. And it loads the bases here for Bellingham. Not what you want if you're an AppleSox fan here at the ballpark, or if you're the head coach Mitch Darlington, as Colton Bauer will step up. Bauer crushed one to left field in his last plate appearance. That should have tied the game back in the 6th, but somehow Cam Hoyland went up and got it over the left field wall. You can't make a mistake right here. Bauer steps in, feeling confident against this starter for Wenatchee. Canfield ready. And the first pitch on the way is swung on and grounded to the second baseman. Larson will flip it to second, and they get the 3rd out. A size large out right there. Fielder's choice, 4-6, and that will retire the side. 3 giant runners left on the base paths here. As the fans will take their stretch, we're in the middle of the 7th. Wenatchee clinging to a 1-0 lead over Bellingham in the West Coast League North Division Championship here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Hi, my name is Courtney, and AmeriCorps has given me the opportunity to change careers, learn new skills, and serve my community in a meaningful way. I am so glad that I chose AmeriCorps.
My service with AmeriCorps has allowed me to make a difference in the lives of people that I wouldn't have otherwise made.
My service in AmeriCorps allowed me to make huge impact to community and having fun.
AmeriCorps gave me the opportunity to serve and use my skills for the greater good. I highly recommend serving with AmeriCorps. You will change your life.
Caught in a conflict? Family, workplace, neighbor, business, housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
At Harvest Valley Pest Control, we know you are committed to making your home and business a healthy and pest-free place. Hi, I'm David. Give us a call and we'll give you a firm price over the phone and schedule a time that works for you. We will do an in-depth 30-point healthy home or business inspection and craft a customized plan of action designed specifically for your pest issue. Give us a call or visit our website today.
Well, a man who has been all over the place in this game, over the fence defensively and offensively, is 2 for 2 at the plate, and he will lead it off here in the 7th. And boy, the AppleSox could sure use some extra offense and some extra runs here. First pitch he'll take for a ball, 1-0 the count. Is this our same Haywood out there?
Yes, it is.
Okay, Haywood continues to pitch for Bellingham. Pitch on the way here, misses outside for ball 2. 2-0 the count, and boy, Cam Hoyland can cause some problems for the defense if he gets on base any way he gets on base. 2-0 pitch is taken for a strike on the outside corner. It goes to 2-1 here. He'll be followed by Kanoa Morisaki and Max Hartman here for the AppleSox in their part of the 7th inning. Great crowd on hand once again here tonight. Pitch swung on and missed, and he was a little behind in that one. Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. But I'll tell you what, Cam Hoyland has shown to be a 2-strike hitter.
Yeah.
Chokes up a little bit on the bat. Pitch on the way to him, misses outside. Oh my, I thought it was outside. Cam thought it was outside, but strike 3 called. So gone looking is Hoyland for the first out here in the 7th. That'll bring up the shortstop, Kanoa Morisaki. You know, you never know when that person that you don't expect will come through.
Right.
How about Morisaki a home run right now?
Oh man.
You would not expect that at all.
No.
Nobody.
You wouldn't.
Morisaki is 0 for 1 tonight. He did have a sacrifice bunt in his last plate appearance, and the pitch on the way to him here is like the same pitch that they just struck Cam Hoyland out on is called a ball.
And he hasn't called that a strike.
No, he hasn't.
Outside corner, he doesn't like that outside
1-0 the count to Morisaki. He'll take this pitch in for a strike, and the count even at 1-1, and that probably went about 2 inches more inside, caught the outside portion of the plate. 1-1 the count to Morisaki here, batting in the bottom of the 7th for Wenatchee. This pitch swung on a miss, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. And I'll tell you, you expect it this time of year. The starter tonight, Sax Matson, great.
Yes.
Nathan Haywood here has done wonderfully. Pitch here misses high for a ball. 2-2 the count. Of course, for the AppleSox here tonight, Evan Canfield's just done fantastically. 2-2 count on the way with the pitch is outside for ball 3. Good eye by Morisaki. AppleSox just need base runners.
And our defensively, both teams have come up huge too.
3-2 pitch on the way, swung on a grounded to the right side of the infield. It goes under the second baseman's glove. Thank you, Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. Home field advantage shows its head here in the bottom of the 7th.
Just as I was mentioning how great defense was, right?
Yeah. Well, again, that ball took a little weird hop, kind of sped up once it hit the dirt.
Yeah, but at this stage of the game, you got your best 4 teams playing in the PIL still.
So are you giving Kadama an error there, Coach?
I am.
Okay.
I am.
I didn't see it actually touch his glove. I saw it go
that's
under
an old
his
wives'
glove.
tale.
Pitch on the way to Max Hartman, taken low for a ball. 1-0 the counts.
I'll give you that stop,
There are bodies down in either bullpen here down the lines in foul territory for both Wenatchee and Bellingham. 1-0 the count to Max Hartman, who's 1 for 3 tonight with a big double. Pitch on the way here, swung on a drop to the right side. That's going to be grounded and then off the glove of the second baseman. Everybody's going to be safe.
I'm giving that a base hit.
That's a base hit.
Just great effort to even get to that ball.
Yeah, that looked like it for sure was just going to go leak right into right field.
Yeah, and what he just did there was quite possibly kept Morisaki.
Yeah.
So Morisaki from going to third base.
Oh yeah,
on
totally,
that, right?
Totally. Morisaki, even with the glove play over there, was going to, he took the wide turn. We got a pitching change underway for Bellingham. We'll take a break and come back with 2 on for the AppleSox and 1 out in the inning. Sox desperately needing some insurance. We will come back and tell you who the new pitcher is coming up. 1-0 Wenatchee on top. You're watching the West Coast League North Division Championship on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Want to stay up to date on the latest news in the area? Tired of paying for your news? Download the NCWLIFE app now. No subscriptions necessary. Get news, weather, sports, and more live as it happens. Available for iPhone and Android in the App Store. Local news at your fingertips. Don't miss the stories that matter to you. Stay connected. Download the NCWLIFE app now.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect. No matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier. Total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Well, a 6'3", 175-pound sophomore from Edmonds will take over. He is from Bellingham, so the Bells going with the homeboy, Jacob Gillig. And I don't know if that has any relation to Pat Gillig, the former president of the Mariners.
That could be. It's not a very common name.
No, it's not. Gillig, by the way, 0-0 record, a 4.76 earned run average. He's only pitched in 5 2/3 so far this summer. 3 strikeouts, 2 walks. He is making now his 4th appearance of the summer. So inexperience on the mound. See if the Wenatchee AppleSox could take advantage.
Yes.
Lathan Haywood goes 3 1/3. Right now is responsible for the 2 on the base paths with 3 hits, 1 strikeout, 1 walk, and he hit 3 batters.
Yeah, in the first inning he came out, he hit the leadoff guy and hit the next guy, got a ground ball and then hit another guy and then got a ground ball double play. So he did a great job of managing his imperfections.
Covering up his blemishes, is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. Cooper Witten steps up now for the AppleSox. 0 for 3 night tonight for Cooper. He struck out a couple of times and flew out to center. Only 1 out, 2 aboard for the AppleSox here in the bottom of the 7th, trying to get some insurance. Flo, where are you? Cooper in the right-handed batter's box, and the first pitch to him by Gillig is a fly ball to right center. Just missed it. Maloney out there.
He's going.
And you never assume anything. The runner from second tags and will go to third base on the play. Good heads-up play by Morisaki. And a fly out to center. Now you are a wild pitch away from adding that much-needed run. James Castagnola steps up, who has been pretty money for the AppleSox this summer, batting .337 coming in tonight, and he's due. He's 0 for 3 with a fly out to right, a strikeout, and a ground out to the second baseman.
Yeah, he had a great couple of games against Victoria, so maybe he can bring a little bit of that magic here to the plate.
So Jacob Gillig, that is, with runners on the corners now and 2 down. Castagnola just trying to find a spot. Pitch to him is a beautiful looking curveball in there for a strike at the outside corner. 0-1 the count.
I wouldn't be surprised here to see if Max runs. Got first and third. See if, you know, I mean, he's a base stealing threat. So
absolutely. Pitch on the way, swung on and fouled out of play on the first base side.
I would expect it here with 2 strikes.
Yep. 0-2 the count to Castagnola. That almost sounded like a broken bat on that swing.
It did.
James out of UC Irvine back in the right-handed batter's box. Gillig with a check over his shoulder. Hartman will stay. Pitch is high and inside. Good take there, and the count goes to ball and 2 strikes.
Up and in a little bit. Yeah, I could see Max going right here because you knew they had a pitch to waste, so going to go fastball. I would expect something off speed as he beat him with 2 off-speed pitches, the first 2.
1-2 the count. Pitch on the way. Swung on a fly ball to deep right center, and that is going to be corralled by the center fielder who got a good jump on it. Maloney out there, and he'll make the catch for the outs. And defense has been at the premium here tonight for both sides. We'll head to the 8th inning of play. 1-0 Wenatchee. You're watching the West Coast League North Division Championship on the NCWLIFE Channel.
My name is Anna Marie. I've lived at Prestige here for 6.5 years, and I love it. They just made you feel so welcome. I love my room. I get 3 meals a day, do as I darn well want to. I've loved it ever since I moved in.
Mom's a wonderful, wonderful lady. She deserved the very best, and I got it for her here at Prestige.
Apple Valley Honda is bringing the future of driving to you. Introducing the all-new, all-electric Honda Prologue EV. Say goodbye to gas stations and hello to a whisper-quiet ride and 0 emissions. The wait is over. Finally, a local option for a quality EV from a brand with a track record of exceptional quality and reliability. Experience the Honda Prologue EV for yourself at family-owned Apple Valley Honda. Stay close to home and visit us at Apple Valley Honda today for the life you live.
Welcome back. We got a new pitcher in the ball game for the Wenatchee AppleSox as Michael Bujacich will take over for Wenatchee for Evan Canfield, who goes 7 strong innings tonight. For Evan, he gave up no runs, just 2 hits in the ball game. Is that right? 2 hits? Wow.
Let me see here.
That's impressive. He had 4 strikeouts, and his first walk came in his last inning pitch. So great night for Evan Canfield. And now the task will be handed off to Mr. Bujacich. 6'3", 190-pound freshman from the University of Washington. A 1-2 record with a 2.50 earned run average. 10 strikeouts, 8 walks in 18 innings. This is his 9th appearance of the summer, and boy, howdy, you can find no bigger appearance than this one right here.
Isn't that the truth? Yeah, it's nice to come in with the bases empty, though, too.
Yeah, yep. Absolutely. So Bryce Johnson will lead it off. He'll be followed by Trent Maloney and Jason Shedlock, the 9, 1, and 2 batters. I'm feeling the pressure here. Holy cow. Johnson 0 for 2 tonight. Grounded out to short. Got aboard on an error, on a throwing error in the 6th inning. Pitch on the way is inside, strike called. 0-1 the count to Johnson.
His fastball runs in hard.
Yeah. Bujacich back and ready. Quick worker on the mound. The right-hander's delivery on the way. Strike 2 called. Love it when your reliever comes in and throws strikes.
Yeah, and he's throwing pretty stiff.
Yeah,
right now,
he's got some gas. 0-2 pitch on the way, swung on a fly ball to center field. Max Hartman steps back about 3 steps and over to his left and makes the catch for the out. So it sounded loud, but it's just a loud out.
Yes.
By Bryce Johnson. That'll bring up Trent Maloney. We're in the 8th. There's 1 out. By the way, they're in the top of the 8th. No, top of the 6th down in Corvallis. That game seems to be crawling along. Portland still on top of Corvallis 3-1. The winner of that game will take on the winner of this game for the West Coast League Championship on Friday nights in Oregon. We just don't know where as of yet. Right now, Portland with the lead. So they're not quite in the barn, but they're rounding the pole. Pitch here is a curveball. Boy, didn't miss by much. 1-0 the count to Trent Maloney. Maloney. Base hit in the first. He's been shut out since. A ground ball out to the line out to left field. 1-0 the count to him here. And a pitch from Bujacich. Swung on and chopped off the plate. Castagnola will climb the ladder, field and throw.
Great job there. Making sure of the throw. He took a little bit of time there, but not too much time, right? He's got that quick runner, leadoff hitter. Get rid of the ball as quick as you can.
Bujacich from Steilacoom, Washington, coming into his freshman year at the University of Washington. By the way, you spell his name B-U-J-A-C-I-C-H. Misses with the first pitch to Shedlock. 1-0 the count.
Yeah, there's a lot of silent letters in the alphabet,
yes.
but a couple of them in a row there.
I saw somebody post on Facebook yesterday about, okay, if you took kind of the typical consonants and a couple of vowels out of the alphabet, what would your name look like? And I was missing a lot.
Were you?
Fouled off there by Shedlock. 1-1 to count. 2 outs here in the 8th. Pitch on the way. Mamacita. A little outside, I guess. 2-1 to count to Shedlock.
Good spot, good spot.
Every pitch, the crowd here at Paul Thomas is wanting it to be a strike. The 2-1 delivery. Swung on and fouled into the glove of the catcher, and the count even now.
Changed it right there, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. And that was interesting because he had the same arm action.
And he gave a little bit of that
oof, yeah, to kind of sell it. 2-2 the count to Shedlock. Here comes Bujacich with the pitch.
He wanted to throw that one hard.
Yeah, he did, and he threw it so hard it went through Jonathan Fitz's webbing of his glove all the way to the backstop. 3-2 count here to Shedlock. Bellingham just trying to get runners aboard and put some pressure on the defense. Here comes the 3-2 pitch on the way by Bujacich. Swung on, popped up,
playable.
Foul territory, first base side, and caught. It was an ice cream cone catch by Evan Cloyd, but he makes the catch for the outside retired. We will head to the bottom of the 8th inning. AppleSox lead it 1-0. Bite your fingernail time here at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. We're back after this.
Want to stay up to date on the latest news in the area? Tired of paying for your news? Download the NCWLIFE app now. No subscriptions necessary. Get news, weather, sports, and more live as it happens. Available for iPhone and Android in the App Store. Local news at your fingertips. Don't miss the stories that matter to you. Stay connected. Download the NCWLIFE app now.
There's no place like home. Because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories. And we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier. Total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Number 4, 5, 6 hitters due up for the AppleSox here in their part of the 8th inning. Evan Cloyd, Jonathan Fitz, and Jake Larson. AppleSox lead this one by a score of 1-0, and we kind of anticipated this would be a pitcher's duel and some defense, and that certainly has been the case.
It definitely has been. There's been some very well played defense, and when there's been an error or two, they've covered for it. Short it right up.
Yeah, absolutely. Evan Cloyd leads it off. He's been hit by the last 2 pitches. When he took the plate, this pitch misses, or is a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 to count.
Yeah, that would be troublesome if he gets hit again here.
Yeah. Well, the
takes
umpire,
it kindly on once, maybe twice, but Evan's a pretty big kid.
Yeah, exactly. Pitch on the way, curveball misses high. And I thought at first when I looked at that pitch come off, I thought, oh gosh, here we go.
Well, and thankfully he has that elbow pad there, too.
Yes, he does. He does. 1-1 to count to Evan Cloyd. He grounded out in his first plate appearance in the 2nd, and then, as we mentioned, hit by a pitch in the 4th, hit by a pitch in the 6th. Now a little conversation with Colton Bauer getting out to the mound to talk to his reliever, Jacob Gillip.
Those pads, if they're worn correctly, not taken advantage of, it gives kids confidence, right? Because, I mean, balls are coming in at the major league levels at 100 miles an hour.
And if you like to crowd the plate,
you
know, that's
break a bone.
Absolutely. The 1-1 delivery here swung on a fly ball out of play on the first base side. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. What a huge crowd on hand there tonight for what will be the final game of the summer here for the Wenatchee AppleSox. Appreciate you coming out and supporting the home team. Appreciate you watching us wherever you may be on television tonight, on our Facebook feed. Thank you for being there. The 1-2 pitch on the way is swung on a miss, and that pitch was missing outside, but trying to protect was Evan Cloyd, and he can't foul it off, so a strikeout here to start off the 8th. Second strikeout in relief here by Jacob Gillig, that is. So with 1 out, that brings up Jonathan Fitz. Fitz is 0 for 2 tonight with a fly out and hit into a fielder's choice. He walked his last plate appearance, got as far as 2nd, but that was it. Pitch on the way to him is a curveball low and away for ball 1. So this too will be our last broadcast here of AppleSox baseball this summer. Glad that we could get the temperatures to cool down so we can get you some baseball here on TV. If you tried to follow our schedule and say, hey, where's the game? Well, we had, 2 or 3 that were
at least 2
heat outs. That just was too hot here at the ballpark. This pitch swung on and fouled away behind home plate, and the count goes to 2-1 to Mr. Fitz.
You know, I'm typically can see those balls go up and follow it.
I lose it.
I lost sight of that. This sky right now has a weird
It's a little haze to it.
Yeah.
2-1 to count to Fitz with nobody on and 1 out. Pitch misses high. Hefty fastball from Jacob Gillig. 3-1. Again, Sox looking for insurance here on the bottom of the 8th. The 3-1 pitch, low and away for ball 4. No doubt about that one missing away.
No.
So Fitz will trot down to first base.
You know, a lot of times in the major leagues, they'll bring in a pinch runner here, but Jonathan's so important behind the plate that I don't think that they're even
not even a thought.
Not even crossing
Not
his
even
mind.
a thought. Nope, definitely not. Need him for defense, and well, he's no slouch on the base paths. Jake Larson now steps up for the AppleSox. Good night for him. He's 2 for 2. And the pitch on the way to him is missing a little bit low for a ball. 1-0 the count. You probably have him 1 for 2.
No, a 2 for 2.
Okay, all right. I thought maybe.
No, he had the line drive in the first inning over the shortstop, and then the great play by the center, or the right fielder on his last hard hit ball to throw out Cloyd at the plate, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, conversation on the mound happening right now, and we are going to have a new pitcher come in with a 1-0 count on Jake Larson. Well, it's now or never, do or die time.
Yeah.
You bring anybody you can, including the kitchen sink. So we'll find out who the new pitcher is coming up after this 60-second timeout. You're watching the West Coast League North Division Championship on the NCWLIFE Channel.
My name's Nick Dirk, and I've been a cinematographer-photographer for over 10 years. I got my start at the Wenatchee Valley Technical Skills Center. Without the Tech Center, I wouldn't have got my first job in media production 3 months after I graduated high school.
My name is Charlie Voris, and I own Vortex Productions. My work has taken me on exciting adventures all around the world, and I got my start at Wenatchee Valley Tech.
Hey, my name is Ole Mingo, and I'm the Executive Director at Heirloom Creatives in Wenatchee. I am so thankful for Wenatchee Valley Tech to be able to have my dream career.
check out clubprocashmere.com for upcoming events and tickets.
Well, Jacob Gillig goes 1 inning total. He's responsible for a base runner right now for the Wenatchee AppleSox. Ryan Hepner will come in and inherit a 1-0 count on the AppleSox. Jake Larson. Hepner, a 6'1", 160-pound junior from the University of British Columbia. A 2-2-4 record. He's got 4 saves to go with 2 wins and 2 losses. A 2.70 earned run average. Making his 16th appearance of the summer. This is their closer.
Yeah.
And they're bringing their closer in here in the 8th to try to close it down right now for the Bellingham Bells. Hepner from Point Roberts, Washington. You know where Point Roberts is?
I do.
Yeah, that's an odd situation.
You have to go into Canada to get to
Point Roberts, which is in the state of Washington. That's that old 48th parallel thing.
Yeah, 49th
parallel. Yeah. Well, I'm sure the folks at Point Roberts will say, why don't we just make it a 48th, for God's
sake. There was actually a kid that was my teacher's assistant that ended up moving up there and was a boat mechanic up there in Point Roberts.
Okay, so, all right. 1-0 the count as he inherits Jake Larson's count from Mr. Gillig.
I think they were kind of stuck up there during COVID, weren't they?
Yeah, yeah. No man's land, literally. Pitch to Hepner is a fastball missing away for a ball, so the count goes to 2-0.
Let's bring in the heat.
Again at first base is Jonathan Fitz. 1 out in the inning for the AppleSox. Pitch on the way is fastball missing high for ball 3. That's only the 2nd ball thrown by Hepner, but it's the 3rd counted against Jake Larson. So the AppleSox fans voice their excitement over a potential another base runner. Pitch on the way outside for ball 4. And Hepner's yet to throw a strike, and runners at first and second for the Wenatchee AppleSox. And I'll tell you, you know, you talk about what's happened here. Bellingham has been kind of living on the edge a little bit with Wenatchee too.
They definitely have. Yeah.
Let's see. In fact, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, got a little conversation here.
8 base runners left on base for the AppleSox here in this game.
I don't know exactly what Mitch is thinking right here, but I'm almost taking a strike if I'm Hunter Friedberg right now, because he hasn't been smashing the ball around today, and he's come out. Obviously, he looks to me like he's overthrowing, so the adrenaline's getting to him. So let's go ahead and make him throw a strike. Because
do you double steal here?
I wouldn't.
I mean, you hate to lose a base runner,
right,
with a play like that.
Yeah.
Do you bunt here?
And again, there's 1 out, so.
Well, we saw him bunt with 1 out the other night.
You're right.
On Monday night against Victoria.
And Cam's coming up, and he's the guy that's been bringing the heat for us. Yeah.
Hunter Friedberg is 0 for the night so far with ground outs to the infield. So if you've been grounding out to the infield already, then why not bunt one? And here he squares to bunt right now. And the pitch instead is a throw out to the second base bag. The ball got away from the shortstop, but didn't go very far. So it didn't allow Jonathan Fitz to get down to third base. But that was a dangerous play for Bellingham.
It was. Now, Hepner doesn't have to throw that. So I don't know what he was thinking on that situation. He doesn't have to throw that. That's a turn that you can make without throwing. So
Friedberg squares to bunt again. Infield on the right side comes in. He'll draw the bat back and then put a slap hit to it. First baseman will field. Second baseman covering the bag at first. Well, it moved the runners up.
It did.
They surrender an out to move the runners up. 2 now in scoring position.
That was an interesting call because we call that a slash bunt, and typically the runners are going to be running on that, and I didn't see runners going on that
They
play.
were not going on that. Kind of a slash hit there for Hunter Friedberg. He is thrown out. First baseman to the second baseman covering the bag, so it's officially a 3-4 put out, but it's at first base. So runners at second and third now for Cam Hoyland. First pitch to him is outside and low for a ball. 1-0 the count.
I think that's that pitch that he struck out on the last time.
Yes, it is. Cam Hoyland 2 for 3 tonight and scored Wenatchee's only run back in the third. Would love to drive in 2 right here for Wenatchee. Give some breathing room heading into the 9th. Pitch is a fastball. Strike called inside corner. And a count to Hoyland evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Sox fans just waiting to explode here if Cam Hoyland can find a hole in the defense. Hoyland back in already. Pitch to him is a strike called on the inside corner. The count goes to 1-2. Ryan Hepner has settled down here. He'll reach back for the rosin bag, give it a little squeeze, wipe the perspiration off his upper lip on his left sleeve, and then crawl back up on the mound. Hoyland is ready. The pitch on the way is low for a ball, and that's a good pitch there.
Tough pitch to lay off right there, man.
2-2 the count to Hoyland. 2 on, 2 outs. Bottom of the 8th inning in a 1-run ball game.
And that was clearly a ball, but after him throwing that fastball for a strike and then laying off that curveball there, that was good piece of hitting.
2-2 to Cam Hoyland. The pitch. Strike 3 called. Gone looking is Hoyland, so we will head to the 9th. The AppleSox are 3 outs away from heading back to the West Coast League Championship for the first time in 9 years. We'll take a break and come back here on the NCWLIFE Channel with our score: Wenatchee 1, Bellingham 0.
I'm Jen Mueller. Watch for my show, I Cook, You Measure, on NCWLIFE. It's part cooking instruction, part entertainment, and all about connecting over food and wine with your favorite Northwest athletes.
Watch I Cook, You Measure with Jen Mueller Mondays at 1, Wednesdays at 2, Fridays at 11 a.m., and Saturday and Sundays at 10:30 p.m. right here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
AmeriCorps allows me to make a huge impact on my community and kickstart my career.
AmeriCorps gave me the opportunity to use my skills for the greater good.
Serving in AmeriCorps gave me the opportunity to help in my community. Take a few minutes to see how you can help your community.
AmeriCorps does vital work in our region. You can make a difference. Join today and make the impact.
Well, as we said at the top of the show, it started on May 31st, the season for the Wenatchee AppleSox here at home at a victory at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. Now we've wound our way through June, through July, and midway into August. And the AppleSox trying to extend it one more day to push the sun back up in the sky, to quote the famous line from a movie, and get one more day of summer. But they got 3 outs first, and they got the heart of the order for Bellingham coming up. Nate Kirkpatrick, Jacob Mejia, and Gabe Henderson against Michael Bujacich for the Wenatchee AppleSox. Best against best. Mano a mano. Here we go. Kirkpatrick 0 for the night so far with a couple of ground outs and a strikeout. First pitch by Bujacich on the way. A off-speed pitch.
Nasty
in
pitch
there for a strike. 0-1, and that caused the knees to rattle a little bit for Kirkpatrick. The 0-1 pitch swung on and grounded to the second baseman. Larson in on the ball, will field and throw. 1 down.
That was a good job backing that slider up with another one.
Jacob Mejia now steps up. He is 0 for the night with a strikeout, a ground out, and a flyout. Batted .272 coming into the game tonight, did the first baseman for the Bells. Pitch by Bujacich. Right down the middle, but apparently a little low for ball 1. AppleSox fans here at the ballpark living and dying with every single breath here. Pitch on the way, misses away for ball 2.
Got a little bit of a shift here. Larson's playing way in the hole, and shortstop's playing almost over second base here. Obviously, like I said, they've done their hit charts.
They've checked their spray charts.
Yes.
Your favorite.
Yes.
So a little conversation for Jonathan Fitz here. And he's handled the AppleSox pitching staff wonderfully all summer long. So
amazing.
Whatever he has to say, let's see if Bujacich enjoys it. Pitch on the way as a fastball low and inside for a ball. 3-0 the counts. And if you're the AppleSox, you don't want a base runner because that represents the tying run. 3-0 pitch by Bujacich. Strike call.
Upper part of the zone there.
If I'm Mejia, I might take one more. Pitch on the way. Yeah, that's ball 4. So a 1-out walk. Let's just ratchet the drama up a couple of more notches here.
No.
1 on, 1 out, and that brings up Gabe Henderson. Henderson with a fly out to strike out, and he got as far as third base back in the 7th. And boy, was that huge fielder's choice back in the 7th when the AppleSox got Colton Bauer out to end the inning with the bases loaded. So runner at first base, you got to keep an eye out. And now we'll see if we get a pinch runner. Yes, Bellingham will bring a pinch runner into the ball game. Try to get a little more speed on the bag at first. And that's always tough because you're not stretching, you're not running up and down the sideline here, and then suddenly you're called upon. Number 27 has come in to run at first base. That is Logan DeGroot. Pitch on the way is a strike on the outside corner to Henderson.
I think we got one there. That was right on that corner that he doesn't like.
DeGroot running at first base for Bellingham represents the tying run. 0-1 the count to Henderson, and a toss over to the bag at first just to keep DeGroot honest over there. DeGroot with 2 stolen bases on the summer. The 0-1 pitch on the way to the plate is a little high and outside for ball 1. 1-1 the count to Gabe Henderson. These guys have played tight ball games for the most part all summer. Close play at first. The fans, of course, wanted the out. That's about our 3rd close pick play at the bag at first base. Evan Cloyd thinking he got him out, but no, the umpire says he's safe. 1-1 the count to Henderson. Bujacich ready, and the delivery. Curveball misses outside, just barely. Count goes to 2-1.
But this is a situation here where they have the 4 umpires, and he's standing right over it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, he's got the best angle at it. So
with
I'm not
2
going to argue
umpires,
at all. Yeah,
he may be out of position.
Sure.
But that's
toss to the bag at first again, and of course every time he throws over there, I take a big gulp.
Yep. You pucker a little bit
for fear that things are going to maybe go awry, but no, not the case. This pitch is outside for ball 3. 3-1 the count. Bellingham, the AppleSox, with a left-hander warming up down to the bullpen. Again, our first base umpire is Nick Moore. Zach Burr is out there at second base. Isaac McAllister at third, and Blaze LeVay at home plate, calling balls and strikes. 3-1 count to Henderson. Another toss to the bag at first, maybe thinking that DeGroot would leave a little bit too early.
Here's a situation where you have to worry about him, but you want to just go right at this hitter.
Pitch by Bujacich. Swung on and a fly ball to left field. That's going to drop down for a base hit. Cam Hoyland will come up with a ball on a bounce. So he had to come over the plate, and Henderson was ready for it and drills it to left field for a base hit. So the tying run is now out in scoring position at second base. And that'll bring up Anthony Kadama. Kadama with a sharp single in his last plate appearance up the middle to center field. He also flew outs and grounded outs here in the ball game.
And this is going back to what we've talked about all game long about getting ahead of the hitters. And the last 2 hitters, he hasn't gotten ahead of them, and pitching from behind. You never want to pitch from behind.
Yeah, because the batter can, he knows you got to come over the plate eventually.
Right. Yeah, you just pick your pitch and pick your location, and you don't have to swing at anything other than that.
Looks like for Wenatchee, Joe Thornton is warming up down to the bullpen. Joe's only been in 2 games so far this summer. Has only pitched 4 innings, but he's the guy who's warming up right now to maybe try to put the brakes to things here for Bellingham, and they're part of the 9th inning. AppleSox 2 outs away from winning the North Championship, but those are 2 outs that seem like they're forever from now. Sox infield would love a double play ball. Kadama steps in. And the pitch by Bujacich is low. Nice stop by Fitz. 1-0 the count. And again, pitching from behind here.
Yes. And Jonathan Fitz behind the plate, just doing a tremendous job once again.
Fantastic backstop for the Wenatchee AppleSox. 1-0 the count to Kadama. High drama here in Wenatchee. Pitch on the way. Outside for ball 2. And if you're Kadama right now, you're taking all the way, aren't you?
You betcha.
It's 2-0 to him. Bujacich checks the runner at second. Here comes the big right-hander's 2-0 pitch. That's a strike. 2-1 to count. Kadama with a ground ball to go with his single and flyout. So he has hit one to the infield so far. Sox would love to get that here. The 2-1 pitch by Bujacich. Swung on a fly ball, hit foul, then out of play down the left field line towards the bullpen area for the AppleSox. Evens the count at 2-2. And how huge would a strikeout be right now?
Yeah. Strikeout or a little ground ball.
Yeah. Sox fans in unison cheering on the right-hander on the mound for the Wenatchee AppleSox. Michael Bujacich with a 2-2 count, and the delivery on the way is high and outside for a ball. 3-2, and Bujacich upset with himself on that pitch right there.
Stay within yourself. Don't try and do things that you're not capable of, right?
6'3", 190-pound freshman from the University of Washington, feeling the weight of the world right now. 3-2 pitch, swung on a fly ball to shallow right center, and it'll be Hartman.
Tagging, so that's
Hartman catches it. 2 outs.
I can guarantee you that there was communication out there between our right fielder and our center fielder about there's no tag. Go ahead and catch this as easily as possible instead of having to try and get around it and come through it.
Connor Smith now stands between Wenatchee and a North Division championship. Struck out, lined out, hit by a pitch. That's his night so far at the plate. Michael Bujacich
situation here. Oh my gosh, this is awesome.
Bujacich checks the runner at second, and the pitch on the way. Curveball in there for a strike. 0-1 to count.
Get ahead, right? Get ahead.
AppleSox players out front of their dugout right now. Their hands are shoved in their shirt pockets.
Yeah.
They are feeling the tension here. AppleSox fans rising to their feet here at Paul Thomas. The 0-1 pitch way outside for a ball. 1-1 the count.
Yeah, everybody's on their feet right now.
AppleSox players ready to burst out of the dugout with the final out. Bellingham trying to keep that from happening and keep this game alive. 2 on, 2 out. Top of the 9th inning and a 1-0 ball game. Here comes the 1-1 pitch by Bujacich on the way low for a ball.
Low and away a little bit. Again, he does not like that outside pitch.
Nope. But he's been consistent.
Very consistent.
At not calling that.
Very consistent.
2-1 the count to Connor Smith. Bujacich with a pitch. Fastball low and away again for ball 3. 3-1 the count to Connor Smith. I think Bujacich
full
is
count makes it interesting.
Playing
here,
with our emotions here at the ballpark. Yeah, because then you got runners running.
Yeah,
on the pitch. 3-1 to count. Bujacich with a big, deep gulp of air out there on the Paul Thomas mound. Pitch on the way, right down the middle, swung on and shot foul, and the count runs full at 3-2. And now, just what Brandon was talking about, Dragoo out there at second base will be running. Henderson at first base will be running. It all comes down to this pitch right here. Does the game get extended, or is it over right now? The pitch by Bujacich. Swung on and missed. Beautiful curveball.
Listen to the crowd. Oh my gosh. What an exciting game, huh, Eric?
Don't need to say a word. And the way the season has been between these two teams, how appropriate that it's a 1-0 ball game.
Yeah.
They had two games at Bellingham. 1-0. 1-0. Bellingham won both of those.
Yeah.
Now here tonight, Wenatchee wins a 1-0 contest.
To break the tie for the season as well, right? Now puts us at 4-3.
So the AppleSox will advance to the West Coast League Championship. Whom will they play on Friday? We will have that for you on the post-game show, as well as a couple of interviews, at least, with the coach, with some players. It's all coming up here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Want to stay up to date on the latest news in the area? Tired of paying for your news? Download the NCWLIFE app now. No subscriptions necessary. Get news, weather, sports, and more live as it happens. Available for iPhone and Android in the App Store. Local news at your fingertips. Don't miss the stories that matter to you. Stay connected. Download the NCWLIFE app now.
NCWLIFE Channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCWLIFE would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
At Harvest Valley Pest Control, we know you are committed to making your home and business a healthy and pest-free place. Hi, I'm David. Give us a call and we'll give you a firm price over the phone and schedule a time that works for you. We will do an in-depth 30-point healthy home or business inspection and craft a customized plan of action designed specifically for your pest issue. Give us a call or visit our website today.
I'm Jen Mueller. Watch for my show, I Cook, You Measure on NCWLIFE. It's part cooking instruction, part entertainment, and all about connecting over food and wine with your favorite Northwest athletes.
Watch I Cook, You Measure with Jen Mueller Mondays at 1, Wednesdays at 2, Fridays at 11 a.m., and Saturday and Sundays at 10:30 p.m. right here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Hey, man. How's your arm?
Getting better, actually, thanks.
Did they give you anything for pain after surgery? Because I think I may have some left over.
Nah, that's all right, man. Actually, me and my doctor talked about not sharing prescriptions, and that ibuprofen's a good option for me. The risk of addiction is not worth it.
Makes sense.
Take the next step. Don't share your prescriptions, and talk to your friends about the dangers of opioids.
How do you think like an entrepreneur?
I have had it in mind starting my own business. This is all really good to know right now. I am currently making a vision board. I am talking about my well-being, my personal finances, and habits that I would like to work on and to improve myself to be a better entrepreneur.
Caught in a conflict? Family? Workplace? Neighbor? Business? Housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
Check out ClubProCashmere.com for upcoming events and tickets.
There's no place like home, because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories. And we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air. Well, what a game. What a way to finish the championship game here at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium with 2 on, 2 outs. Top of the 9th inning, and you get a strikeout to win it for the Wenatchee AppleSox as they beat the Bellingham Bells tonight 1-0. And how about the job of Evan Canfield and Michael Bujacich, a 3-hitter on top of it to get the win here tonight for Wenatchee. They'll advance to the West Coast League Championship, and it looks like they might play against the Portland Pickles. They're leading in Corvallis in the 8th inning in that one by a score of 4-1. So it could be Wenatchee at Portland for the championship on Friday night. We'll find out more before we're done with the broadcast. Also, before we're done with the broadcast, we'll talk to Mitch Darlington, who's a happy guy right now. Also, we're going to talk to Evan Canfield, the starter for the AppleSox here tonight. And we're going to talk to Cam Hoyland. I know it might be a little old to talk to Cam Hoyland at this point, but we have to because of that amazing catch he had in the ball game tonight that helped preserve a 1-0 win for the AppleSox. We will take a break, come back, more of the postgame show coming up next here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Tune in Monday through Friday at 5, 6, and 10 for the NCWLIFE Evening News, or go to our website at ncwlife.com, or you can visit us on Facebook. North Central Washington, the NCWLIFE Channel has you covered. Good Thursday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News.
NCWLIFE Channel is your local TV station. We're not affiliated with any of the network channels. We're a locally owned, locally managed television station who prides itself on being a reflection and a spotlight on the communities we call home here in North Central Washington. We need to thank our gold supporter, Town Auto Group. Your community, your family, your Town Auto Group. Thanks for watching the NCWLIFE Channel.
It's a great time to go into the medical profession. And this is the perfect place to start, because this is going to provide you that basic understanding in order to get into medical school, physical therapy school. So when you are ready to head on your career pathway, wherever it is, then you've already had some experience and say, oh, it's so cool. This is exactly what I want to do. So really, you're going to leave me with 13 college credits and a license with the state of Washington.
Well, I don't know how much more my heart can take. The AppleSox pull it off tonight, downing Bellingham by a score of 1-0. Evan Canfield joining us here, who started the game. First of all, let's go back to Mitch coming to you and saying, hey, I want you to start for that championship.
I got a text this morning and last night just to confirm I was good to go, and of course can't shine away from a moment like that.
Talk about this game, and did you know going in after you got the 6 games you played against each other, it was either a 1-0 game or a high-scoring game? Did you know this was going to be tight no matter what?
I figured it'd be tight. They had a good guy on the mound out of sacks, and then I have a lot of trust in myself, so a lot of zeros on the board, but thankfully we got the one.
So first inning had a little bit of control issues, but after that you came out and you really looked like you depended on your curveball. You were throwing that for a strike, it seemed like, almost every time you wanted to.
Yeah, I just had to get my feet wet a little bit. You know, pounding the strike zone with whatever pitch I can, whatever feels most comfortable, and curveball, slider happened to be the pitch, and it got the job done.
Well, talk about Bujacich finishing up for you tonight. You hand the ball off to him, and I'll tell you what, it was not easy, but it got her done.
Oh yeah, so happy for the kid, incoming freshman. Gonna have so much fun at UDO. I'm happy he got some bright light experiences. It's awesome.
Now, you're done. You're not going to pitch anymore, but are you still going to the championship game on Friday?
Unfortunately, I won't. I'm actually headed to school tomorrow morning. Yeah, team meeting on the 16th. Otherwise, I for surely would be there.
We understand that, and that's what we've been talking about with a lot of you guys that have commitments, family or school, and don't want to interfere with that. Well, congratulations on helping the AppleSox win the North Division title.
Thank you very much. It was awesome.
You bet. Evan Canfield joining us here on the postgame show. We'll talk to more of the AppleSox and their coach coming up here next as the postgame show continues on the NCWLIFE Channel.
In Digital Media Arts program, we learn about video production gear and editing,
by the combination of class projects and nonprofit work and employment.
It makes things happen.
Yeah.
It's pretty magical.
We work in the industry at the Wenatchee Road, NCWLIFE Channel, and the Town Toyota Center events. Every day we work with industry standard equipment for a hands-on learning experience.
My name is Anna Marie. I've lived at Prestige here for 6.5 years, and I love it. They just made you feel so welcome. I love my room. I get 3 meals a day, do as I darn well want to. I've loved it ever since I moved in.
Mom's a wonderful, wonderful lady. She deserved the very best, and I got it for her here at Prestige.
Welcome back here on the postgame show on the NCWLIFE Channel. Let's get an old hat to talk to Cam Hoyland here. Cam, congratulations on the win. Tell me about this game just overall for you and your level of excitement about winning the North Division title.
Thank you. Yeah, it was everything. Being able to go to the championship for my first time and for Mitch Darlington's first time as well is pretty awesome. And being able to have an impact on today's game it's an amazing feeling.
Okay, now let's talk about that bunt. Did you plan that? Is that in your arsenal where you bunt it over the pitcher's head?
That wasn't in my arsenal, but I saw a curveball and I stayed back on it just enough to get it in play, and luckily it worked out for me.
Talk about scoring that run for Wenatchee. As it turns out, it's the only run on the night. You know, you expect to maybe have a little more offense, but a game like this against these guys, you're kind of used to that by now, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Last time we played in Bellingham, it was a one-run game 3 times. So being able to score a run early and even playing small ball in just the 3rd inning was huge for us, and being able to just produce runs.
Let's talk about that catch. Okay, 6th inning. It's a 1-0 ball game. You guys are clinging to it. You get a guy that hits a ball that I said soon as it was off the bat. I said, well, we got to tie a game. Somehow, walk me through that. What happened out there?
I had a weird gut feeling that he was due for one, and so I backed up a few steps and I saw it off the bat, and I made sure to get to the wall before the ball did, and I just had to time it perfectly, and I did.
Now, after you make that catch, you throw the ball back into the infield. You slumped down and put your hands on your knees. Was that, almost a heart attack happening there, or what happened?
I tied my shoes. I realized after that I should have taken in the moment, but I wanted to tie my shoe. And I should have just, I looked at the crowd momentarily and I was like, oh, my shoe's untied, so I went to tie it.
Okay. Now we're going to call you Laces from now on, okay?
Sounds good.
Level of excitement getting to that championship game, and how this pitching staff did tonight. I mean, you pitched Monday to help them get here, and now a 3-hitter. Are you kidding me?
It's been unreal. We've stepped up when we needed to after some ups and downs throughout the regular season. Being able to put up multiple 1-run, 0-run games in playoffs is huge, and being able to pass the torch to our bullpen and them putting up like that is amazing.
Now, tell me about that in front of the dugout. There's 2 outs, 2 guys on. Bujacich is just battling out there. 3-ball count, 3-ball count. What was your feeling? What was the team? Because you guys had hands in pockets. I mean, there wasn't a lot of noise that I saw until that final out.
Well, I mean, he stayed in the game, so that's how we knew that we had faith in him to get those outs. And had we not, he would have came out of the game. But we knew that he was able to do it, and I just knew that he needed to take a good deep breath. And once Mikey came out there afterwards, his breath was great, and his pitch quality was much better, and he was able to relax, especially in a big moment like this. As a high school senior, that's incredibly impressive to stay calm under that pressure, because it's everybody's loud, runners on base. Season on the line, tensions get high. He can get nervous. It's extremely impressive for him to be able to go do that.
Yeah, I said at the time of the broadcast, the weight of the world is on his shoulders right now. So who do you hug first when you're out there in left field and you're running in and you're excited about winning the game?
My outfielders. Yeah, the guys that I go to war with out there. Yeah, the no-fly zone, that's a go-to first, and then probably my second baseman, Larson. I've known him for my whole life, so I have to go to him.
Well, and this defense is just unbelievable. Kyle making plays tonight, everybody making plays in the infield and the outfield.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially in this field, it's difficult, and we've seen it. Opposing teams struggle here, but we know that we have this pride in Paul Thomas Sr. I said it the other night, it's hard to beat us on this field.
And by the way, defense brings you pudding, by the way. Instead of championships old, we're just going to say pudding from now on. All right, congratulations on the win tonight.
Thank you very much.
All right, there you go. AppleSox win at 1-0. We'll come back with more of the postgame show coming up next here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Want to stay up to date on the latest news in the area? Tired of paying for your news? Download the NCWLIFE app now. No subscriptions necessary. Get news, weather, sports, and more live as it happens. Available for iPhone and Android in the App Store. Local news at your fingertips. Don't miss the stories that matter to you. Stay connected. Download the NCWLIFE app now.
Caught in a conflict? Family, workplace, neighbor, business, housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
Welcome back here on the postgame show on the NCWLIFE Channel, the AppleSox. Get it done. And a 3-hitter tonight for your pitching staff. And I'll tell you what, it was high drama, but they came through for you tonight, Mitch Darlington.
Yeah, credit to Evan Canfield going on short rest. He had tried to close the game Saturday at Nanaimo. Came out here and gives us 7 scoreless, man. Again, another 3-year AppleSox, a guy that bleeds for this team and knows what we're all about. And he came out there and got it done. And then Bujacich at the end, man, had a quick 8th. Obviously got into some trouble in the 9th and had to settle in and found a way to grit it out. So credit to him.
What are your thoughts going through your head as they got 2 on and 2 outs and this crowd is going insane? Are you nervous? Are you tight in your gut? What's going on with you?
Yeah, you know, we're just kind of sitting there and weighing every option. We had Joe Thornton hot in the bullpen. We're thinking about Kanoa Morisaki, pulling him from short to come pitch. You know, and honestly just talking out loud, talking with pitchers on our staff and, hey, who do you like here? What do you think? And once he got that second out, that fly ball, we kind of thought, yeah, it's going to be his to lose. And he went out there and he got that last out, a huge punch out. And credit to him. He hasn't even stepped a foot on campus yet. Incoming freshman to UW, 18 or 19 years old. So one of the biggest games he's ever going to pitch in, and he got it done.
How's this feel for you to be going to your first chance at a championship on Friday?
It honestly hasn't even set in. I just wanted to get this one done today in front of our fans, in front of a great crowd. Credit to all our fans for coming out, supporting us all season. Special. I can't even describe it, man. When I took this job, I've told a million people this, but I had memories just like this, sitting here watching Nags coach teams that were going to titles. And when they hired me, I thought, I got to get this back. I got to get Wenatchee AppleSox baseball back to what it is. And we're heading there. We're coming for them.
I know the job's not done yet, but let's talk about this job here tonight also offensively. You probably knew it was going to be a tight, low-scoring affair. They got good pitching staff as well. They've got a fantastic pitching staff. You get 1 run in the 3rd that starts with a weird bunt by Cam Hoyland, who seems to be the straw that stirs the drink right now for you guys.
Yeah, playoff Cam. I said it a few days ago. He's getting the legendary name around Wenatchee. Guy won't have to buy a drink here for a few years again. But yeah, robs a home run, leads us off with the base or the swinging bunt basically, and is our only run of the game. But he's been big for us all this postseason, man.
I've got a new nickname for him, by the way, Laces, because I asked him after he made that catch out there over the wall to rob that home run. He bent down and had his hands on his knees, and I said, what happened? Were you okay? And he goes, I had to tie my shoelace.
Oh, my gosh. That's typical Cam, man. He'd be thinking about that after making a big play. But, God, he's just been nails for us. He's a great kid, man. It's awesome to see.
Congratulations on the win tonight, and best of luck coming up on Friday. And Portland still ahead. Last we checked, 4-1, bottom of the 8th. So looks like it'll be Portland, but I'm sure at this point you don't really care, do you?
No. We never doubt out Corvallis either. They've won it 7 straight, but we don't care who we see. We're coming, and we got to take care of business.
Okay, I got one more question for you. Is Quincy Vassar available for the championship on Friday?
I think you've been here long enough to know that answer. I think our fans know that answer. So, yeah, there's no doubt you may see him. Garrett Aarons probably going to get the ball, but there's a good shot that Quincy talks his way into coming out of the bullpen on Friday night.
Well, best of luck on Friday, and thanks for what a great season in the home crowd here. I mean, it was just fun to watch and be a little part of.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Mitch Darlington joining us here on the postgame show on the NCWLIFE Channel. We'll come back and wrap it up right after this.
Be
BC Outdoor Sport Fishing TV, Season 14. Join your host Mike Mitchell and his special guests as they explore some of the most exciting fisheries BC has to offer. BC Outdoors Sport Fishing TV. Check your listings for airtimes.
Well, somehow, some way, and maybe it's just grit and determination, the Wenatchee AppleSox get it done, downing the Bellingham Bells by a final of 1-0. A 3-hitter here tonight. I mean, there's so much credit that can go all the way around, but I just give credit to the team as a whole and Brandon Schmitten, also to the fans here tonight.
Oh, yeah, that was amazing. A packed house tonight, and you could just feel the energy, especially right there at the end of the game where everybody got on their feet, and you knew it was meant to be that we pulled out a win.
And how about for Bujacich to come in there in that tough situation, and he's a senior, just graduated from high school, hasn't even been to the UW yet, and carries that pressure and gets the final out.
Yeah, that's the really cool thing about this league. You have guys that have in their 5th year of college, and then you have guys that are not even to college, and what an experience that he's going to be able to take with him the rest of his pitching career. It's awesome.
So any final thoughts on this season that has been a magical one for the Wenatchee AppleSox?
Oh, just awesome. I really think that this team has a good possibility of winning it because they're playing great right now. Their defense is good. Pitching staff is rolling. Like Mitch said, Quincy Vassar wants the ball. And I think that's the whole mentality of this team is they want it. And you can see it in their personalities is they want to go out there, they want to win, not just for themselves, but for their teammates.
And for these fans who were fantastic here over the last 3 games, especially here at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium, coming out, showing out, and cheering on those AppleSox until the final out.
Yeah, it was great. The crowds the last 3 days, I think, are the difference maker. And, if there's a tight situation, if you have the crowd behind you, you're going to more often than not come out on top.
Well, I got to thank the crew once again here at Paul Thomas. Dan Kuntz, one of our line producers, as well as running the center field camera. Tucker Wagner helping out with the line producing here tonight on site as well. Our camera people otherwise, Scott Patterson and Tim Brunowski. And then back at the studio, of course, making it all run is Malcolm Whitehall. That's going to do it for our broadcast of AppleSox baseball this summer. Stay tuned for information about Friday's game tomorrow right here on the NCWLIFE Channel. For Brandon Schmitten, I'm Eric Granstrom, and all of us here at the NCWLIFE Channel, go Sox, and have a great night.
Thanks for watching tonight's broadcast of Wenatchee AppleSox baseball on the NCWLIFE Channel. Coverage of tonight's game was brought to you by our Platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling, and our Gold supporter, the Town Auto Group. Tonight's broadcast also brought to you by Apple Valley Honda, Club Crow Bar and Grill, the Chelan Douglas Community Action Council, and AmeriCorps, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Prestige Senior Living at Colonial Vista in Wenatchee and East Wenatchee, Together for Youth, the Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center, and the Wenatchee Valley Technical Skills Center. This concludes our broadcast of AppleSox baseball right here on the NCWLIFE Channel. We now return to regularly scheduled programming already in progress.
Good. How about finding a gap in center field for an RBI single? Beautifully struck ball by Witten.